Happy Tuesday. Happy Proclamation Day. It's going to be a couple of hours worth of proclamations. Hopefully not, but you can see we have a crowded room today. If everyone could make their way to a seat or someplace to stand, if we could get the rest of the board up here, we'll go ahead and start the meeting. Alrighty, I think that all of the board is here. Let's go ahead and have roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Baxter.
Here.
Vice Mayor Baxter.
Here.
Commissioner Flores. Mayor Marino.
Here.
Commissioner Powell.
Here.
Commissioner Sachs.
Here.
Commissioner Weiss.
Here.
Commissioner Woodward.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Since I didn't give the prayer book to anyone, I'll go ahead and give it a wing. A wing and a prayer. There you go. As we bow our heads, those that can stand, please do so. For everyone in the room, thank you. You can see that today with the amount of proclamations that we have, which I think is 17, there is good work done in our community on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on an annual basis. People in our community band together for good, for purpose, and we do it to help those that are in need. And I want to say thank you. I know the board says thank you very much. And with that, I say amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All righty. We are on to agenda approval. Do we have any additions, deletions, or modifications to the agenda, please?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the board, on page 23, 3C14, we have a revised motion. On page 37, 3H2, we have a revised summary. I'm sorry, we have a revised summary on page 23 as well as 37. And on page 68, 3P1 has been deleted for further staff review. 3P is in Paul 1 on page 68 has been deleted.
Thank you for clarifying. I heard E. This commissioner heard C. So 3P as in
P
Peter.
is in Paul.
Paul. There's no Mary. Oh, sorry, that was an old joke. I'm aging myself. Peter, Paul, and Mary. May I have a motion to adopt the agenda? Motion from Commissioner Flores, a second from Commissioner Woodward. All in favor? All opposed? See that that motion carries 7-0. The consent agenda is on pages 12 through 77. Does anyone on the board wish to pull an item from consent? Seeing, Commissioner Sachs.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Yes, I'd like to pull 3E6, A, B, and C, and D, if I could at this time.
Okay.
We have cards on consent.
All right, and we actually have cards on consent. All righty, so why don't we go ahead and read the cards?
Okay, we have Alexandria Larson and, oh wait, this card is on the item that's been pulled, so
Okay.
we'll do that after, right?
Ms. Larson?
It's amazing to see how many people are here today and will never come back. Anyway, I was going to talk about Marty for 10 seconds because I'm glad you're giving him a room, but I think he'd rather have a roast. I was going to email you, but it's too hard to get here some days, commissioners. Really, the traffic is just so lovely. But I'm really glad that you're doing something for Marty Perry. Marty and I laughed a lot throughout the years, just like Jim Mize, because the office for the lawyer is for Jim Mize, who I miss desperately. I hate when people die. It sucks. But we do. And our consent agenda, when I'm reading the commissioners, what's so funny about people, I'm finding out they don't know when you click on the purple or the blue, there's 500 pages behind there called backup. And everything that we're doing, it seems like our contracts are out of control because it's always an item to bring it up. We need 300,000 more. We need $1 million more. And I think we should be able to hold our contracts in check. And I've been saying that for way too many years here, but our contracts are out of control again. They just keep changing it. They need more money. And then one of the items, it's in the regular agenda today, just killed me. But I'll talk about it on the regular agenda. But I don't think we're not the piggy bank anymore. We just can't do it. Everybody who speaks to me, the man about town, because God help me, they walk up to me everywhere I go and say, we can't make it. And they're waiting to die. Because they're old people, they're saying they're waiting to die. They just want to live out their lives in peace and go to sleep. You know, one night peacefully, but that's not our choice. We don't have a barcode on our butts. But I do, I'm saddened that all the time people are telling me how hard it is for them to live. And you already know that because you're building affordable housing for somebody to live. So that's what you need to do, commissioners. I guess we need to have some protests for the taxpayers who are out there saying, I want to die or I can't afford to live. That way they can hold their little sign and maybe everybody will know who they are. So thank you very much, but thanks for Marty. I had a lot of laughs with Marty Ferry. He was a great man, in my eyes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, so Administrator Baker, your light is on.
Just want to clarify one of the things that was mentioned. When we do projects, they are phased most of the time because we don't have all of the money to do those projects. So when you then see task orders or you see amendments depending upon the department, that's because another phase of that project has begun. And so that is why a lot of times you see that figure continuing to grow. There are times, yes, with all the uncertainty, cost has escalated on certain projects, and we do come back. But most of the time, we get a guaranteed maximum price for a project, and it has to remain within there unless the county changes some element in it. But I just wanted to make sure that everyone understood that.
Thank you. All right, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the consent agenda without item 3E6, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? See that motion carries.
Mayor, may we please have the maker and seconder restated, please?
The maker was Commissioner Flores, the second was Commissioner Woodward.
Thank you.
No problem. So that carried 7-0, and now we'll hear the item that was pulled, 3E6. Commissioner Sachs, you want a presentation, correct?
That's correct.
Commissioner Sachs?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Mayor, in the interest of time, I wonder if I could pinpoint specifically why I pulled this from the consent agenda. And that was made clear yesterday when I was speaking to staff about this particular issue. Mr. Brown is not here this morning. Who's representing Housing and Economic Development and Community Affairs? Is that,
This is a community services.
who is
item.
representing Community Services?
All of,
Dr. Green, thank you so much. On the call yesterday, what I wanted to know is the $1 million plus that is in the HUD fund, where is it going to Gulfstream Goodwill Industries? And where will the housing be for the, I believe it's 34 members of the homeless, chronically homeless, 34 chronically homeless individuals with disabilities? Where are they going?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning,
Turn
Dr.
your
Green.
microphone on.
James Green, Director of the Community Services Department. And so the individuals will be housed in, Goodwill has a permanent supportive housing unit that they're operating. And so those individuals are currently housed in those units. And so in terms of the exact location, I'll have to get that information to you. You have it? Okay.
Yeah, we have different zip codes.
Good morning,
where-
Taruna.
Good morning.
Yeah, I wanted to know, because we're giving them $1 million plus, and I want to know where they're being housed. If they have, obviously, they have supportive cottages or housing for these chronically homeless. I didn't know they had them. And if they do, can we use them for other chronically homeless? And why is it that they need this $1.3 million to continue to do what they're already doing?
So these units are the rental units, scattered units all around the county, which Goodwill is operating. They do the lease directly with the landlord between Riviera Beach, West Palm, and Lake Worth. So the $1 million is a grant from HUD. So we are pass through and giving the money to GGI for this project. They are providing rental assistance, all mental health assistance, any wraparound services to keep them stable and work with them for them to go to the treatments facilities and work towards keeping them sustainable.
Are they already housed by
Yes.
Goodwill?
Yes.
Okay, so will you provide the Board of County Commissioners the reason they need another $1 million, or they need $1 million from us, or from HUD that's passing through to them to continue? What I'm concerned with is this. Many times, chronically homeless who are disabled are housed, shall we say, in conditions that are not up to, should not be. And the landlords get money for housing a particular individual who is not kept in a very good condition. So who monitors where these folks are?
So go ahead, James.
Yes, so typically, before individuals are moved in, we have a housing inspector that goes and inspects the unit. Now, if something happens to the unit, throughout, I don't think we have a housing inspector that goes back into the unit, but when they're moved into the unit, it is inspected. That is a HUD requirement.
So it's the county that inspects?
No, we have a inspector, which is recognized by HUD to go and do the inspection, but our case managers go visit the clients periodically because they are case managing it. These are permanent supportive housing, so there is a lot of support these clients need. So our case managers are very engaged, and they go and meet with the clients on a regular basis in their homes.
Federal inspectors?
Yeah, it's a.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, could you, because I'm concerned about this, I've seen it in other counties, I'm sure it's not Palm Beach. So if you could, Dr. Green, if you could provide us with the locations of these, where these 34 chronically homeless folks are being housed, I'd appreciate that. Just transparency, that's all.
All right.
Thank you so much. And Mayor Marino, I appreciate that. This is what I wanted to know. I brought it up yesterday, and the staff is well prepared to respond, and I don't need any other information. Thank you. I look forward to that report.
All right,
Thank you, Mayor.
So will you make the motion to approve
Sure.
then?
Sure, I could go ahead and move that 3,
6,
Gotta
A,
put
B,
my-
C, and D.
would you say it? 'Cause I don't
3,
remember.
6, A, B, C, and D.
B,
3,
Three-
E, 6, A, B, C, and D.
how many Marias do we need to get this into consent, right? Got it. All right? All those for, anybody against? It's done. Thank you so much, Mayor.
The mayor
I
will
know
do
you did.
that.
I know that.
All those for? All those opposed? See that motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Oh, I apologize. We have a card
Yes.
for this item, yes.
Carrie Ann Brown.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Carrie Ann Brown, Vice President of Housing Services at Goodwill, Gulfstream Goodwill. I'm thanking you for approving this item today. And I'm glad that it went through, but I wanted to provide some clarity on what we do in permanent supportive housing at Goodwill. So we've been housing these individuals for over 15 years in this county, and we've been doing everything to keep them housed. We have been providing wraparound services, case management, behavioral health services. We have an in-house psychiatrist that we use. He does home visits. You know, they can come into the office to meet with him. People often think that people that have these chronic homelessness issues and disabilities are, you know, hard to manage, but we find that we have been able to manage them. So once they come into our program, they receive all the wraparound services, including, like I said, psychiatric services and substance use care. I'm grateful to you today for your approval, and I thank you so much for everything that you're doing to ensure, and for everything that Community Services is doing to ensure that we could keep them housed in our program. Alrighty, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, we are now on to presentations. And we've got a lot of them, so we're going to take both podiums. We're going to get started with, did you want to move anybody up? Okay.
I could move the City of Boca Raton's proclamation up. We have the entire council here. So.
Why don't we substitute District 4 for District 2? And so we'll do District 2 and 5 will go. Thank you. Do I need a motion for that? To move? No. Perfect, thank you. And Commissioner Sachs, you want to go on over here?
Okay. So thank you very much. We have in attendance, we have Mayor Scott Singer, Deputy Mayor Fran Nokolis, Councilwoman Yvette Drucker, Councilman Andy Thompson, and Councilman Mark Wigder. We do not have City Manager George Brown. This is the entire council for the City of Boca Raton. Thank you for coming. Today we are recognizing the 100th anniversary of the City of Boca Raton. Whereas City of Boca Raton is celebrating 100 years since its incorporation at the height of the Florida land boom in May 1925, when it was planned to become the world's premier resort. And whereas the city has always championed innovation, playing an integral role during World War II at the Boca Raton Army Airfield as the exclusive Army Air Corps training and installation ground for emerging radar technologies that is now home to the successful Boca Raton Airport, a general aviation airport that substantially contributes to the economic prosperity of the region. And whereas the city's commitment to innovation continued to manifest with the opening of Florida Atlantic University in 1964 and IBM's relocation of its Research and Development Center to Boca Raton in 1967, leading to the creation of the first mass-market personal computer in 1981, and giving rise to the consumer computing culture integral to our daily lives. And whereas the City of Boca Raton is home to more than 100,000 residents, 13,000 businesses, pristine beaches, 49 beautiful parks, economic opportunities, world-class amenities, and an unparalleled quality of life. And whereas, as the city enters its second century, it seeks to make bold decisions and reaffirm its commitment to innovation and excellence to ensure that future generations will continue to thrive. And whereas, as the City of Boca Raton celebrates its centennial anniversary, it honors its unwavering spirit of community, devotion to preserving its natural beauty, and dedication to success. And it's also my home. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on the 6th day of May, 2025, that this board hereby recognizes the 100th anniversary of the City of Boca Raton. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. Thank you very much for the honor. On behalf of my City Council colleagues, the entire City of Boca Raton staff, and the more than 100,000 residents and 13,000 businesses, we thank you. We're very proud of our partnership with our county, our contributions to it. We're home of more than half the corporate headquarters in all of the county, and with our businesses and residents, as was stated, we're the largest contributor to the tax rolls, the property tax rolls of Palm Beach County. So that's something that helps us get our work done every day. We also appreciate our partnership on new initiatives, like the one that we hope that the Commission will approve approve shortly the Homeless Outreach Team Agreement, the first between the county and a municipality. We hope it'll be a model for other cities to follow, so we appreciate your support there. And for the other efforts, Commissioner, we thank you not only for the proclamation, but your service in relaying our concerns, as I know you were doing even earlier this morning. So thank you for that. Thank you for the honor, and we look forward to the next great 100 years for our city, county, and nation. Thank you. Yeah, please do. Will someone kindly send one, because we didn't bring brought the rest of the city here.
All right. Good Good morning, everybody. Or, to give you a little idea of what this is going to be about, let me say shalom. If I could have those who are here for this next proclamation, and let me read your names. From Albert JFS, Mark Hopen. From Albert JFS, Joel and Nancy Hart. From Albert JFS, David and Ruth Nafatil. From the Anti-Defamation League, Lonnie Wilk, Deputy Regional Director. If I could have the Regional Director of ADL, Danielle Frank. And if I could have the Palm Beach Regional Director of the American Jewish Committee, Lawrence Milstein. Director of Advocacy for the AGC, Debbie Korest. Board President of the AJC, Lisa Beers. Board Member of the AGC, Emily Glassman. Jewish Federation Director of Communication, Jeff Dawson. And for the Delray Jewish Life Center, Rabbi Yosef Shapiro. And from the Palm Beach Synagogue, Rabbi Minsky. And of course, we have the Deputy Counsel General, Ms. Ayet Black. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here today. Because today, ladies and gentlemen, something happened 77 years ago. And we are going to recognize that momentous event. That was when Israel's first Prime Minister, David Ben-Gurion, read the Declaration of Independence of Israel, announcing the birth of a state based on freedom, justice, and peace. Whereas every year this event is commemorated on Israel's Independence Day, also known as, and I'm going to terribly mispronounce this, so come on up here and help me with this. This is Yom HaAtzmaut. That's exactly what I thought. Whereas during this celebration, the Speaker of the Israeli Parliament, or the Knesset, delivers remarks on Mount Herzl with a special televised presentation for all the citizens of Israel, and let me say, for all the citizens of the world. It is a ceremonious occasion and a day known as Israel's Day of Remembrance for fallen soldiers and victims of terrorism, commemorating the Israelis who perished fighting for the state of Israel, and may I say, fighting today for the continuation of the state of Israel. Whereas the state ceremony includes performances, speeches, and a ceremonial lighting of 12 torches, symbolizing the 12 tribes of Israel. In addition to official ceremonies, Israel and Israelis celebrate it in a variety of different ways, with songs and taking hikes and having picnics and singing. It's concluded with the ceremony of granting the Israeli Prize, recognizing individual Israelis for their unique contributions to the world in the areas of science, arts, and humanities. It's also acknowledged in the United States of America with large festivities. And I want to tell you that we in Palm Beach County were honored to join in this celebration all over the world and to recognize this anniversary because we lit up Palm Beach County's historic courthouse, and the 4 Points building were lit with Israel's national colors. And those national colors are blue, and white on the evenings of April 30th and May 1st. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, assembled in regular session on the 6th day of May 2025, that in Palm Beach County, the board hereby recognizes the 77th anniversary of Israel's independence. And before I give this, may I ask Commissioner Greg Weiss? The reason I'm asking Commissioner Greg is he's always been a great advocate for all things Jewish and Israeli in our community. So, Commissioner Greg Weiss. So now at this time, Commissioner Greg Weiss would like to proclaim, and myself, this proclamation to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mayor, Commissioners, dear friends. I can't put in words how moving it is to be here as an Israeli diplomat, the last one to win the lottery and get Florida as our diplomatic posting. To receive this proclamation, it's not just a proclamation. It's a real testament to the joint values that Israel shares with Florida and with the United States. It's incredible to be able to share this friendship. As so beautifully written, we just marked Yom HaZikaron, our Day of Remembrance for our fallen soldiers and our fallen victims of terror. And we're in a very trying time. We still have 59 hostages that we endlessly call for their release, immediate release. And knowing that we have such friends around the world, and knowing this alliance that we have makes me so positive that the future is a good one, that we will continue to do great things together, and we will continue advancing the freedom and democracy that we pay such a heavy price for. Thank you so much. It's a real honor to celebrate our Day of Independence here with you.
Good morning. I'm Emily Glassman, a member of the American Jewish Committee, Palm Beach County Board of Directors. I'm honored to stand here today as you formally recognize the 77th anniversary of the founding of the State of Israel. I want to express my deep gratitude to this board, not only for today's proclamation, but also for your longstanding support of our local Jewish community and the U.S.-Israel relationship. This proclamation is more than a gesture. It's a reaffirmation of the enduring friendship between Palm Beach County and one of America's closest allies. 77 years ago, in the wake of unimaginable tragedy and centuries of longing, the modern state of Israel was born, rooted in the values of democracy, resilience, and the pursuit of peace. Since that time, Israel has not only survived, but it has also thrived, a global leader in technology, medicine, and innovation. Here in Palm Beach County, especially during May, Jewish American Heritage Month, we are proud to have a vibrant and engaged Jewish community, one that contributes deeply to our civic life and remains connected to Israel through culture, shared values, faith, family, and yes, a collective hope for peace. Your recognition today sends a clear message that Palm Beach County stands with Israel and with the Jewish community during times of celebration and even during times of challenge. We are deeply grateful. Thank you.
Very good. Okay. Put you right in the middle. Everybody come around.
Okay, while they take their picture, I have a long list to read to you. Please, could I have Virginia Baker, Patrick Rudder, Leslie Brown, this is from the road section of Palm Beach County, Leslie Brown, James Madhu, Todd Shoemaker, Alfred Walker, John Carson, Godfrey Pratt, please work your way up here, please. From the stormwater section, Jimmy Valdez, Colin Samuels, Chris Miller, Richard Taylor. From administrative staff, Craig Lloyd, Brian Powell, Dan Doyle. And then from Palmtran, we have Ivan Maldonado, Deborah Posey Blocker, Alicia Gray, Julio Valega, Alexis Vega, Antonio DeChicho, Mariela Marengo, Ashbel Nisbeth, Jeff Atwell, and from Public Safety Emergency Management, Stephanie Shanoa, Todd Bonlaren, Mary Blakeney, Richard Ellis, Armin Gregorian, Brooklyn Macy, Karen Blanchard, Terrell Albury. And that's actually all, unless there's anyone else here to come to be thanked for your services to the city of Boca Raton after the plane crash. So as you may know, our community suffered a terrible tragedy on April 11th of this year when a small plane crashed on its approach to the Boca Raton airport. The city of Boca Raton was very much on top of it. Their first responders were able to secure the scene and get the area taken care of. However, it did trigger a large response that needed to be taken with us and the city in collaboration. And thank you for allowing me this extra proclamation today so that I can say thank you to all of you who helped in the community. There was a lot of work that was done that most people don't know about, and I wanted to bring as many of you here today to thank you for it. So this is a certificate of recognition presented to the Palm Beach County Engineering and Public Works, Palm Tran Public Transportation, and Public Safety Emergency Management. Thank you for your outstanding efforts and dedication in the wake of the tragic plane crash incident that took place in Boca Raton on late Friday morning, April 11th, 2025. The Road and Bridge team from Engineering and Public Works Department was promptly deployed to evaluate the affected area, assist with road cleanup, and ensure the safety of all roadway travelers. Palmtran operators and supervisors assisted with a bus bridge between Deerfield Beach and Boca Raton Tri-Rail stations to transport more than 650 stranded passengers due to the rail line closures. County administration initiated a partial activation of the Emergency Operations Center, which played a crucial role in coordinating a response to the crash, including receiving 911 calls, dispatching emergency services, and linking the public information team in public affairs with the South Florida Regional Transportation Authority to coordinate messaging and posting on social networks. This was an incredibly difficult situation, and the support and resources you provided made a significant difference. Palm Beach County is so proud to have devoted divisions on our team. Thank you again for your invaluable contributions as we stand in solidarity with the community during this difficult time. So on this 6th day of May 2025, Palm Beach County Board of County Commissioners would like to thank you for your services at that time. Thank you. Did anyone wish to speak on this, or? Did you want to speak? Leslie?
Thank you, Commissioner Woodward. But this dedicated staff that you have, anytime we're needed, we're going to step to the plate. And thank you, staff, for your awesome work. I was away, but you responded to my calls, and I thank you, and the residents of Palm Beach County, thank you.
Go ahead. We'll have you, we're substituting Marcy for Greg, so just go ahead and go up for water reuse. Oh, go ahead, Greg.
Good morning. I'm going to be presenting a proclamation, but before I do that, I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege and ask for a moment of silence. May 15th is Police Memorial Day in the United States, and I'd like to have a moment of silence, remember the fallen officers. Thank you. I'd like to call up our law enforcement from our Correctional Officers and Employees Week. If you're here, come on up. Your dress green uniform. Everybody looking very sharp. How you doing? Good to see you. We are declaring May 4th through the 10th, 2025 as National Correctional Officers and Employees Week. Whereas one of the primary goals of correctional officers and employees is to provide an effective corrections system that concentrates on quality for all inmates in its care, custody, and control. Palm Beach County's dedicated correctional officers and employees are essential to the success of our criminal justice process. And correctional employees encounter daily exposure to hostile environments with many of the most dangerous individuals in society. Whereas these employees perform their duties in a professional and dedicated manner, whereas all citizens are asked to join in expressing appreciation for the outstanding service of our correctional officers and employees. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on this 6th day of May 2025, that May 4th through 10th, 2025, in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed National Correctional Officers and Employees Week. Thank you.
Good morning, Mayor, Commissioners, and all those that are here and those that couldn't be here. We say thank you. Thank you for recognizing what we're doing daily right here in Palm Beach County. To be presented with the proclamation means a lot to us. Many times you hear people speak to the fact that we're some of the ones that's forgotten. I beg to differ. We make a difference, and we make a difference for each individual that don either one of our facilities. In our society, we hear it quite often. We live in a society called give and take. Well, I beg to differ. I believe that there's a lot more giving taking place than taking. This is just part of the staff that always spends a moment with somebody, whether it's a peer or it's someone that's incarcerated, to share a kind word. Kind word can rewrite a person's life story, and we believe that. Thank you.
I just want to thank you all, and I want you to know when you leave here, we have your back.
Okay, if I could have members of the Cultural Council. We have Dave Lawrence, Jennifer Sullivan, Lauren Perry, Nick Murray, Emmanuel Perry, and Jean Martin. Please come forward. Good morning. Thank you. Okay, so today we are declaring May 2025 as Arts and Culture Month. Whereas Palm Beach County is known as Florida's cultural capital, offering thousands of events throughout the year at outstanding arts and cultural organizations. And whereas the county's cultural sector contributes more than $335 million in economic impact and over 4,360 jobs, and welcomes approximately 4 million cultural tourists each year. And whereas, as the local arts agency, the Cultural Council for Palm Beach County's mission is to nurture, promote, and support the cultural sector, championing and growing cultural organizations and creative professionals so that arts and culture are part of everyday life for everyone. And whereas the Cultural Council for Palm Beach County invites residents and tourists to participate in the 8th annual Month of Shows, Art, Ideas, and Culture, known as Mosaic, celebration during the month of May that features discounts, deals, and special experiences at cultural organizations, from museums to gardens and performing arts venues to historic sites, all throughout the Palm Beaches. And whereas the council invites residents and tourists to participate in the 3rd annual Palm Beach County Open Studios event on May 17th and 18th, featuring a self-guided tour of more than 100 county-based artist studios all throughout the Palm Beaches. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session the 6th day of May 2025, that May 2025 in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed Arts and Culture Month.
Thank you, Commissioner. Mayor, Commissioners, thank you so much. May is a great time to get out and see all that there is to do in arts and culture in Palm Beach County. We are so fortunate to have such a wonderful array of cultural organizations that support jobs, that bring millions of visitors to Palm Beach County every year, and are such a great way for our residents to engage, have educational experiences, and learn something new. So I invite all of you to come out and experience Mosaic this month. One of the things that we're so proud of this program is we commission a Palm Beach County-based artist every year to design the promotional materials. And this year we're fortunate to have our artist Jeannie Martin with us today. Jeannie, do you want to say hello to everyone?
Hello, and I'm happy to be part of Palm Beach County.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. As a gift to all the commissioners, we've brought some of the materials that we're handing out using Jean's artwork to help us promote Mosaic for the month, so I hope you all enjoy.
Thank you.
While they're taking their picture, I'm going to ask Linda Cullen and John Alford from the West Palm Beach Preservation Foundation to come on up. Ms. Rose Guerrero from the Historical Society of Palm Beach County. Brian Davis, Principal Planner and Urban Designer. And Ms. Frederick Mittner from the town of Palm Beach, if she's here. And members of the county's Historic Resources Review Board. If you're here, come on up. And we are going to be declaring May 2025 as Historic Preservation Month. And I just have to add that I have the honor of living in a home that was built in 1924 and has a historic designation. So happy to be able to do this. So we are declaring May 2025 as Historic Preservation Month, whereas historic preservation fosters a deep understanding of diversity of our distinct heritage, and whereas historic preservation provides a sense of place, engenders a deeper awareness of the vast richness and of the past, and serves as an opportunity to foster greater appreciation of the diversity of human history. Historic preservation enriches the quality of the life of Floridians through economic and cultural contributions to an improved sense of place. According to the University of Florida research, The economic impacts of historic preservation in Florida is over $4.2 billion annually, and that includes activities such as heritage tourism and the rehabilitation of historic properties. Whereas the Palm Beach County Comprehensive Plan establishes 18 county directions that collectively form the basis for the plan's goals, objectives, and policies. One of the directions is historic preservation, with the aim to preserve and interpret archaeological resources as stewards of our nation's diverse cultural heritage and retain a local sense of place by preserving and protecting historic places, buildings, and structures. And whereas there are 75 resources, including properties, districts, and sites identified within geographic limits of Palm Beach County, inclusive of municipalities that are listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Harnessing the power of place is the theme established by the National Trust for Historic Preservation for Historic Preservation Month 2025, as co-sponsored by the Palm Beach County Historic Resources Review Board and West Palm Beach Preservation Foundation. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on this 6th day of May 2025, that May 2025 in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed Historic Preservation Month. Congratulations.
On behalf of the board of the Preservation Foundation, I want to thank the County Commission, Commissioner Wise, Mr. Davis, Mr. Davenport, and other people from the county that have helped me do research and so forth. It's very important to us that it's unbelievable that for 50 years there has not been a Preservation Foundation in West Palm Beach or in Palm Beach County. There's been one in Miami-Dade for a long time. There's one in Palm Beach. But now we have one. And we have a lot of work to do, and we appreciate your help.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Amy Sunny, the chair of the county's Historic Resources Review Board. I'd like to thank all of you today for the honor of this proclamation celebrating Historic Preservation Month. Palm Beach County is a special place with a tremendous history, and on behalf of the board, I thank you for tasking us with working to ensure that history is protected and perpetuated. We are stewards of the county's history and historic places, and it's our job to ensure we protect these special places for current and future generations to enjoy. I look forward to continuing our good work and to working with all of you on any future initiatives. Thank you.
Good morning. If I could have Ali Bayat, I see him in the back of the room here, who is the director of our water utilities in Palm Beach County, Paul Linton, and if Deb Drum is here, you're welcome up. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And before we do, I'm going to take a big chug of water, because this is Water Reuse Week. And this is something that we all take for granted, and yet we need to understand that our water resources are finite and our population just keeps growing. So we're going to declare May 18th to 24th, 2025 as Water Reuse Week. Safe, clean, and sustainable water resources are essential to Florida's environment, our citizens, and our continued growth. Our water supplies are finite. The state's population and need for water resources continues to increase. So water reuse provides a means for conserving and augmenting Florida's precious water resources, preserving our wetlands while planning responsibly for future growth through smart planning and the limiting of development. So we have established and encouragement the promotion of water reuse. We have risen, this state, the state of Florida, has risen to be a national leader in water reuse. We reuse approximately 900 million gallons of water per day, more than 55% of the wastewater treated to conserve freshwater supplies and recharge our water resources. So whereas May, which is typically, and it is this month, a very dry month when water demands are high, it's a good time to educate the public on water reuse and how to save Florida's precious water resources. So we are declaring the week of May 18th to 24th, 2025, and if you have any water, take a little sip, because this is the way you appreciate having water at any time in the tap or locally in our grocery stores. We have water. We will continue to conserve it by using this new type of water reuse process. So the Palm Beach County Water Utilities Department is joined with Water Reuse Florida and the South Florida Water Management District in encouraging and promoting water reuse and conservation. So we therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on the 6th day of May, 2025, that May 18th to 24th, 2025, is hereby proclaimed Water Reuse Week. Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Sachs. Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, Ms. Baker. Water reuse is not just the future. It is the solution. In a world facing increasing water challenges, rethinking how we use and reuse water is one of the most smart and sustainable moves we can make. And thanks to your incredible leadership, we are not just talking about it. We are actually making history. We are building Florida's first water purification facility, and we are launching the state's first education center dedicated to water reuse. This is more than infrastructure. It's a celebration of science, sustainability, and a smart investment in our future. Thank you for turning great ideas into lasting impact. Thank you.
No? Okay.
While they take pictures. For Nurses Week, I would like Marites Quinto, Deidre Kraus, Carlo Quinto, please join me up here if you would, please. And if we have any other nurses in the room, I would be honored if you would join us as well.
This is the guy. Great, okay, everybody's good. I'm on county water.
Good morning. So before we get started with this proclamation, I want you to know this is extremely personal to me, and I'm extremely honored to be able to present this proclamation. My grandmother was an ER nurse in JFK for over 20 years before she owned and operated and opened a home health agency. So I absolutely appreciate your profession, and I want to thank you for everything you do. So today, declaring May 6th through 12th, 2025 as Nurses Week, whereas registered nurses comprise the largest healthcare profession in the nation and are recognized as an indispensable component of safe, cost-effective, and high-quality healthcare delivery in our communities. Whereas the American Nurses Association, the voice for registered nurses in the United States, and the Florida Nurses Association, the voice for registered nurses in Florida, are working to chart a new course for a healthy nation that relies on increasing access to primary and preventative health care and better utilization of our nation's registered nursing resources. Whereas the demand for more qualified registered nurses will be greater than ever because of the aging American population, emerging healthcare challenges and healthcare needs of our communities. Whereas the Florida Nurses Association joins the American Nurses Association in celebrating National Nurses Week with the 2025 theme, The Power of Nurses, to recognize the invaluable contributions and challenges nurses face daily. Whereas residents are encouraged to thank nurses who care for us all, celebrate registered nurses' accomplishments and efforts to improve the healthcare system, and show their appreciation not just during this week, but at every opportunity throughout the year. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in this regular session on the 6th day of May 2025, that May 6th through 12th, 2025 in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed Nurses Week.
Good morning, Mayor Marino and Vice Mayor Baxter. We thank you so much. And the nurses of Palm Beach County are so grateful for this recognition. The American Nursing Association and the Florida Nurses Association always designate May 6th to May 12th, which is Florence Nightingale's birthday, as National Nurse Week. And National Nurse Week celebrates and acknowledges the nurses of the United States who constitute our largest healthcare profession and the hard work that they put into making their patients feel comfortable. This year's theme is the power of nurses, and that's an appreciation for the unparalleled impact of their contributions to the healthcare and the indispensable component of the safety and quality of care of hospital and non-hospitalized patients. And this was selected to encourage nurses, individuals, employers, other healthcare professionals, and people like you here today, community leaders, to recognize and promote the vast contributions of the positive impact of 4.3 million nurses in the country, and Florida ranks third with about 326,000 nurses in our county alone. You know, Palm Beach County, has 37,000 licensed nurses. And you know, nursing is the science of an art of health and wellness. And nurses are the healthcare specialists, and many of them are certified in their specialty, and they're essential in every healthcare setting: hospitals, nursing homes, academia, public health centers, faith community nurses, and even in the home. The very core of nursing, caring for patients, remains totally unchanged. Nurses bring that special compassion and concern for the patient and their family, no matter what level they're practicing at. And we hold fast, all of us here, hold fast to that special covenant that we have with the people of Florida to play that vital role in keeping everyone healthy. Thank you today for this honor. Marites is the Florida Nurses Association Southeast Director.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I am very honored and very humbled to represent the 440,000 nurses of Florida, and always grateful and appreciative for all the support that you provide. As you all know, we have challenges in the nursing profession, but your continuous support to the nursing profession is very invaluable to us. Thank you. Thank you so much for all the support.
Good morning, everyone. If I can have the Director of Youth Services, Elisa Kramer, County Administrator Virginia Baker, Assistant County Administrator Tammy Field, our Youth Services Outreach and Community Programming Division Director Ike Powell, Youth Services Residential Treatment and Family Counseling Division Director Dr. Twilla Taylor, Youth Services Finance Contracting and Administrative Service Division Director Michelle Liska, Youth Services Chief of Residential Clinical Services Dr. Amanda Terrell, Youth Services Department team members, multiple Palm Beach County departments including Parks and Recs, Libraries, Community Revitalization, Public Safety, and anyone that works with our youth, please come forward. All right, we are declaring May 8th, 2025 as Youth Worker Day. Whereas our youth workers, both volunteers and professional, serve in schools, parks, community centers, educational institutions, mental health programs, faith-based centers, libraries, child care and early learning centers, and more, and also include those who do indirect work to provide essential services to youth and families. And whereas youth workers provide education from early childhood through high school graduation and beyond, vocational skills, out of school time enrichment, recreation, employment, life skills, developmental disability support, and services related to mental health, child welfare, runaways, homelessness, juvenile justice, as well as community-based services. And whereas these professionals support young people with personal, social, and educational development and help raise our future leaders by creating opportunities for them to learn and lead. And whereas youth workers focus on helping youth transitioning through life stages and engaging in healthy, safe activities that are essential to each person's development. And whereas the Board of County Commissioners established the Palm Beach County Youth Services Department to provide quality service, education, and access to resources and opportunities, and empower youth and families to realize their full potentials and to be the driving force of a thriving community. And whereas the departments provide free therapy services to children, youth, and young adults to build resilience and enhancing coping strategies, and partners with community-based agencies to support youth throughout the county. And whereas demonstrating a commitment to our youth leads to future positive social and economic benefits, and dedicated youth workers help to develop skills, maintain positive roles, engage in healthy relationships, and create connections to the community. Whereas the Palm Beach County Board of County Commissioners recognize the efforts of youth workers throughout the county, the magnitude of their work, and its impact on the future. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in a regular session on this 6th day of May 2025, that May 8th, 2025 in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed Thank a Youth Worker Day.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Commissioner Flores, for sponsoring that proclamation, and thank you, Mayor Marino, Vice Mayor Baxter, County Commissioners, and County Administrator Baker, and Assistant County Administrator Tammy Fields, and administration for all of your support. Thank a Youth Worker Day is a time for us to acknowledge the frontline service team members who work directly with youth, as well as those who support indirectly, behind the scenes in administrative, culinary, custodial, educational, medical, and other capacities. At the Youth Services Department, we acknowledge our residential dorm counselors, our nursing staff, our intake, our culinary, our custodial, our therapists, our outreach and community programming, our finance, contracting, and administrative services, our program evaluation, and all of those who support in administrative ways. We acknowledge our fellow county departments who work with youth and families, including Parks and Recreation, libraries, community services, community revitalization, public safety, drowning prevention, youth reentry, and more. Supporting youth and families in our county does not happen effectively without strong partnerships and collaborations. And we appreciate our Birth to 22 Alliance and network, our contracted community-based organizations and financially assistant agencies, many of whom are with us today, and system partners who are joining us, such as the United Way of Palm Beach County, Children's Services Council, School District of Palm Beach County, and many other partnering stakeholders. Thank you for your support of youth workers who are making a positive and lasting difference for youth and families in our community.
If everyone from Public Affairs and Channel 20 would please come forward. Good morning. So I'm going to take a moment to say a few words before I read the proclamation, guys. I'm not quite sure who's running our cameras right now, but these are the guys usually behind the scenes, and ladies, who make this all possible, who allow us to get our message out to the residents in Palm Beach County who are there last minute when we need them last minute, who are there for town halls, whom are there for everything that goes on in this county. And I could not be more proud to have you guys with us here today. So thank you for everything you do. Thank you for the hard work, the dedication, and always making us look good, guys. So thank you so much. So for today, we are declaring May 6, 2025 as Public Television Day and honoring PBC TV Channel 20 for its exemplary work in creative programming. I want to add, I've been here 2.5 years, and we have seen department after department after department get recognized, and they do an amazing job as well. But I have to say, it is my honor to do this because I found out you guys don't get recognized, and you are always, always there. So it is so, so great that I get to do this for you. Whereas public television serves as an important resource for communities across the nation, providing high-quality educational and informative programming that enriches the lives of viewers of all ages. Whereas PBC TV Channel 20, Palm Beach County's public television channel, plays a significant role in ensuring residents have access to government transparency, educational content, and emergency information. Whereas the channel produces and broadcasts public meetings, including those of the Palm Beach County Board of County Commissioners, enabling residents to stay informed and engaged in local government. Whereas PBC TV Channel 20 is committed to providing various creative and innovative programs that highlight the county's history, environmental initiatives, public safety, and department achievements and services available to residents. Whereas the channel has been recognized for its excellence in producing original content that educates, informs, and inspires, including award-winning documentaries, community-focused series, and public service announcements that enhance civic awareness. And whereas PBC TV Channel 20 provides a platform for local voices, ensuring that stories and achievements of Palm Beach County residents, businesses, and organizations are shared with a broad audience. Whereas we celebrate Public Television Day to acknowledge the invaluable contributions of public broadcasters in fostering an informed, engaged, and connected community, and we acknowledge PBC TV Channel 20 for its programming that serves, informs, and unites our community. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in this regular session on the 6th day of May, 2025 in Palm Beach County, that the board hereby proclaims May 6, 2025 as Public Television Day and honors PBC TV Channel 20 for its exemplary work in creative programming.
Thank you so much, Vice Mayor Baxter. Mayor Marino, Commissioners, Administrator Baker, thank you so much for recognizing the dedicated and hardworking team of PBC TV Channel 20. We've got about a 45-minute video we'd like to show you. Just kidding. Really, it's our honor and pleasure to be able to tell the stories, the programs and services that you provide to our departments and offices. We tell those stories by telling it through the single voice of Channel 20. And you're right, we are out there morning, noon, and night. Whatever the event is, whether it's an emergency, whether we're covering a sunrise, or whether we're covering an evening event. It's truly the hard work and dedication of the team behind me. And I will say, not all of them are here because some of them are working this meeting. So I'd like to give a shout out to those that are in master control, in the booth here in the chambers, those that are behind me, and those that are getting other work done. So thank you very much on behalf of Public Affairs and PBC TV Channel 20. Thank you.
All right, we are now declaring Small Business Week. If I can have Director OEBO Tanya Davis Johnson to come up, County Administrator Virginia Baker, Kathy Cassiani, Dion Roundtree, I don't know if I pronounced that right, Jacqueline Ramirez, and Juan Pagan to please come up. And if there's any other small business owner in the house, come on down and join us. All right, declaring May 4th through the 10th, 2025 as Palm Beach County Small Business Week, whereas the U.S. Small Business Administration first proclaimed National Small Business Week in 1963, and whereas more than half of the people in the United States either own or work for a small business, and small businesses create nearly two out of every 3 new jobs each year. And whereas small businesses are the backbone of our local economy, contributing significantly to the economic vitality and quality of the life in Palm Beach County. And whereas the county is home to a diverse array of small businesses that provide essential goods, services, create jobs, and drive innovation. And whereas the county's Office of Equal Business Opportunity, OEBO, is dedicated to fostering the inclusion of local, small, minority, and women-owned business enterprise in the county's procurement process, thereby influencing the economic development of the county. And whereas the OEBO is committed to providing resources, tools, and technical assistance to support the growth and success of small businesses in our county. And whereas the office recognizes the impact and highlights the contributions of entrepreneurs and small business enterprises through Palm Beach County. And whereas in celebration of this week, the office will sponsor several events to provide networking opportunities, assistance to entrepreneurs starting businesses, resources to local small businesses that are expanding, and information on how to conduct business with Palm Beach County and Special Taxing District. The whole week there's an event, so please attend. Be a part. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on this 6th day of May 2025, that May 4th through the 10th, 2025 in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed Palm Beach County Small Business Week.
Good morning, and thank you, Commissioner Flores, for sponsoring. Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the board, thank you so much for your continued support. Administrator Baker has played an integral role of helping us to develop local small businesses, and for the support that you all provide to us, we say thank you. I want to take a moment to thank Commissioner Weiss for joining us yesterday for the kickoff breakfast down in Boynton. Thank you for joining us. Today we have how to do business with taxing districts, so we want to open up channels for our small businesses to identify other sources of opportunities throughout Palm Beach County. And then on Wednesday, we have a networking opportunity for our local small business at the PTOs. And then on Thursday, we will feature our certified caterers and food truck businesses at a Food Truck Fun Day in the parking lot of 4 Points, and our signature event will be held on Friday. It is entitled Hard Hats and Suits. It is where we connect our small businesses with the construction industry. So we've provided you a list of all of the opportunities, and it is our hope that you'll be able to join us. And I'd like to introduce Mr. Juan Pagan. He's chair of our advisory committee for a few comments.
Buenos días. Buenos días. Really, thank you very much. It's a pleasure working. I've been a resident of Palm Beach County over 35 years already, and I see the changes happening in our culture, in our business. And right now, officially, we have 22 countries that are represented in our county. All the way from beautiful Mexico to dancing the tango, Argentina. But the whole thing is about the small business. We have over 700 businesses that registered. This is about how do we help them, how do we work together, and at the same time, the information on our webpage of the OEBO is available in 3 languages: English, Spanish, and Creole. So it is about how do we help the small businesses work together and make sure that everybody pays taxes. So thank you, I appreciate it.
Buenos dias. Buongiorno, sì, buongiorno. Bon dias. I'd like to if the following people could come forward, please. And that is, of course, Doug Weiss, Fett McIntosh, Michael Gauger, Robert Hemp, Whitney Carroll, Jan Rodriguez, Steve Coates, Michael Schubert, Ileana Arias, Wildad Salomon. Very good. I know we're safe because you're the building department. And Fire Rescue, from the Fire Rescue Department, if I could have Dave Dorita, Dave Colado, and Garrett Telfer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to have everybody listen up, because what we're going to do is we're going to declare this month as Building Safety Month. Whereas Palm Beach County is committed to recognizing our growth and strength so that we depend on the safety and initial role of our homes, buildings, and infrastructure in everyday times, and especially during disasters. Whereas our confidence in the resilience of the buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion of building safety and fire department officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, plumbers, and of course our lawyers, I'm sure, in our construction business, who work year-round to assure that we have safe construction in our buildings. Whereas the county's building division staff are dedicated members of the International Code Council, a nonprofit that brings together local, state, and federal officials who are experts in the building environment to create the highest quality codes and standards to protect us in the buildings where we live, learn, work, and play. And whereas these building codes and standards include safeguards to protect the people from hazards such as hurricanes, tornadoes, wildlife fires, and floods. And whereas Building Safety Month, which is this month, is sponsored by the International Code Council to remind the public about the critical role of the community's code officials who play a part in ensuring public safety by assuring us of safe, sustainable, and affordable buildings that are essential to our prosperity. Whereas Game On is the theme for Building Safety Month 2025. It encourages all of us to get involved in building safety and raise awareness about this on a county and federal and world view. So each year in observance of Building Safety Month, people all over the world are asked to consider the commitment to improve building safety, resilience, and economic investment at home and in the community. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on the 6th day of May 2025, that this month of May 2025 is hereby proclaimed Building Safety Month. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Commissioner Sachs. Commissioners, Vice Mayor, Mayor. I'm Michael Gauger. I'm with the Palm Beach County Building Division. I'm honored to stand before you today to accept this Building Safety Proclamation, along with the Palm Beach County Building Division and Fire Rescue. Building safety is more than just a set of codes or regulations. It's a commitment to protecting lives, ensuring resilience, and creating spaces where communities can thrive. This proclamation not only acknowledges the work we do, but also reinforces the shared responsibility we all have in promoting safe, sustainable, and secure environments. I want to express my appreciation to our team, whose dedication and vigilance often happens behind the scenes, yet whose impact is felt every day in the structures we build, inspect, and maintain. Their professionalism and integrity are the foundation of everything we accomplish. This proclamation also reminds us of the importance of collaboration among county officials, engineers, contractors, inspectors, emergency responders, and residents. Safety is not the job of only one person or one department. It's a community-wide effort. As we continue our mission, let this recognition inspire us to keep raising the standards of building safety and public awareness. Together, we can ensure that every structure stands strong, not just in concrete and steel, but also in the trust and well-being of those who use it. Thank you again for the recognition. Thank you.
just said to Bobby, we're winding down. We only have 5 left. Thank you all for being here and for your patience. May seems to always be a busy month. We have lots of proclamations and lots of weeks and months that are recognized in May. It just goes to show that we've got a lot of hardworking people trying to do a lot of good work in our community. So thank you. I am now honored to do the National Travel and Tourism Week proclamation. I've got a long list of folks that are here to participate. So, Emmanuel Perry, Milton Segarra, Isimi Ayala Calazzo, Dave Lawrence, George Lindley, Michelle Hillary, Dave Anderson, Laura Beebe, Jennifer Cirillo, Sergio Piedra, Heather Andrews, and Liz Herman. If you're in the house, come on up, because we are going to recognize the importance of tourism in Palm Beach County. And we know all of the statistics. We know that the impact of tourism is larger than the county budget. So we thank you all for being here today as we declare May 4th through 10th, 2025 as National Travel and Tourism Week. Whereas the travel industry is critical to growing our local economy, and whereas the Palm Beach County Tourist Development Council's agencies, including Discover the Palm Beaches, the Cultural Council for Florida, Palm Beach County, the Palm Beach County Sports Commission, the Palm Beach County Film and Television Commission, and the Palm Beach County Convention Center develop marketing and sales strategies to support tourism that generates an annual economic impact to the local economy of $10.5 billion. And whereas in 2024, the Palm Beach County tourism industry welcomed 9.9 million visitors who enjoyed our beaches and attended sporting and cultural events, stayed in hotels, dined and shopped at our businesses. And whereas these tourism activities directly related to 96,000 jobs for residents, boosting our overall economy and supporting the well-being of all. And whereas the Palm Beach County Tourist Development Council and its contracted agencies work to provide destination awareness nationally and internationally, driving the county's tourism that enriches the lives of visitors and residents alike. And whereas on May 9th, 2025, residents are urged to join the special observance of National Travel Rally Day, an annual celebration recognizing the economic importance of travel to the U.S. and its benefits to communities. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on this 6th day of May, 2025, that May 4th through 10th, 2025 in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed National Travel and Tourism Week. Thank you. Who wants to say a couple words?
Good morning, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, Madam Baker. On behalf of my colleagues and I, we want to thank you for recognizing how important tourism means to this county. Our culture, our lifestyle, and our amenities are many of the reasons why we choose to call Palm Beach County our home. We've accomplished a lot over the course of 40 years, and we will continue that mission moving forward. Again, thank you.
All right. While they're taking pictures, can I have the members of...
We're not done.
Oh, you're not?
Just 1 minute.
My bad. I apologize.
Thank you so much, Commission, Madam Baker, Mayor and Vice Mayor, on behalf of the entire team, Discover and the others. Thank you so much for the support. We are right now at the most important juncture in tourism for the future of our county. It's great to have your support, and we're looking forward to the next years to keep bringing quality of place and quality of life to all the residents and visitors of Palm Beach County. Thank you.
Now, while they're taking their picture, can I have the members of the Palm Beach County chapter of Jack and Jill of America please approach? With us, we have President Katrina Williams, Program Director Erica West, Winifred Doris Evans, Whitney Powell, Holly Davis, Cassandra Charles Gerst, and Cassandra Oliver, as well as one of the fathers, Mr. Ryan Dobson is here. Oh, and another father, Father Bobby Powell is here. We are declaring May the 6th, 2025 as Black Family Day. Whereas Black Family Day was established in 1986 by Dr. Eva Wanton, the 13th National President of Jack and Jill of America Incorporated, as a national day of observance devoted to the uplifting and celebrating of strength, unity, and cultural richness of the Black family. And on May 5th, 1987, National Black Family Day was formally recognized in the United States Congressional Record by Congressman William H. Gray III of Pennsylvania, affirming its national significance and recognizing the importance of strong Black families in the building of resilient communities and shaping the future of our country. And Jack and Jill of America Incorporated was founded by the late Marion Stubbs Thomas and 20 other trailblazing mothers on January 24th, 1938 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to provide social, cultural, and educational opportunities for youth between the ages of 2 and 19. And whereas Jack and Jill of America Incorporated has 262 chapters nationwide, representing more than 50,000 family members. The Palm Beach chapter was originally established as the Palm Beach Provisional Group, with boundaries encompassing Palm Beach County, and nationally recognized on June 22nd, 2011. The chapter proudly celebrates Black Family Day annually during the first weekend of May. Black Family Day is a time to recognize the Black family as a foundation of strength, dignity, and progress, and to commend the enduring legacy of the work of Jack and Jill of America Incorporated in Palm Beach County and the nation. And all residents are encouraged to join in celebrating the invaluable contributions of Black families to the social, cultural, and civic fabric of our community and nation. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session on this 6th day of May 2025, that May 6, 2025 in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed Black Family Day. Be it further proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County that this proclamation is duly sealed and ribboned and executed by the members of this board.
Good morning, Mayor Marino, Vice Mayor Baxter, County Commissioners, County Commissioner Powell, Madam Baker, and everyone here today. On behalf of the families of Jack and Jill of America Incorporated Palm Beach chapter, I want to thank Commissioner Powell for this incredible honor for recognizing the importance of Black Family Day. This proclamation is not just a symbol. It is a celebration of culture, our values, and the generations of strength that make up our community. Today, we stand united, anchored in excellence, and committed to building a legacy for our children to thrive. Thank you again for this recognition. We are proud to be seen, heard, and celebrated. Thank you.
Well, you all may have noticed that a lot of us are wearing green today. Everybody get your pin, or your badge here, get your green on, and we even have a bus outside that has get your green on. This is recognition of mental health awareness, and I can't say enough about all of you in the business that are trying to keep us sane, because there are some days it's not working, just saying. But I have a long list of folks And I think because there are so many of us in green, when we take the picture, we'll take it up there, if you don't mind. So at the moment, I'll invite Virginia Baker, our Palm Beach County Administrator, Tammy Fields, our Assistant County Administrator, Elisa Kramer, our Youth Services Director, Dr. Twyla Taylor, Youth Services Residential Treatment and Family Counseling Division Director, Catherine Murphy, CEO, NAMI Palm Beach County, Lauren Zuckman, formerly of Be Well Palm Beach County, now Chief Communications and Engagement Officer for the Children's Services Council, Kenya Madison, Senior Director, Healthier Delray Beach, Dr. Seth Bernstein, VP of Community Investments, United Way, Jennifer Cirillo, Parks and Rec, Dr. James Green, Community Services, our Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, members that are still in the audience, Children's Services Council, Center for Child Counseling, Palm Health Foundation, and the numerous partners wearing green today for the Get Your Green On campaign. Thank you all for being here. It is very important to our county that we are healthy and we are sane. So with that, this is a proclamation of the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, declaring May 2025 as Mental Health Awareness and Trauma-Informed Care Month. Now, I can't read as glorious as Bobby does, but I'll give him my best shot.
Do your best. I believe in you.
Whereas mental health is essential to overall well-being and everyone experiences times of stress and adversity. And whereas 1 in 4 adults and 1 in 5 youth ages 13 to 18 experience mental health challenges. And whereas 60% of adults and 50% of youth do not receive the mental health treatment necessary due to limited knowledge of the need, barriers to care, fear, or shame. And whereas adverse childhood experiences, commonly known as ACEs, which include physical, emotional, and sexual abuse or neglect, household dysfunction, untreated mental illness, untreated substance misuse, separation of incarceration of a household member, and domestic violence are traumatic experiences that can have a profound effect on a child's developing brain and body and can result in poor health during childhood and adulthood. Whereas studies show the effect of ACEs are felt regardless of age, race, ethnicity, religion, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status. And whereas isolation, sickness, grief, home instability, and community trauma increase the need for mental health services. And whereas mental wellness leads to a higher productivity, better education outcomes, lower crime, stronger economies, lower health care costs, and improved quality of life. And whereas creating safe, stable, nurturing relationships and environments helps to prevent adverse experiences and creates positive childhood experiences, helping children achieve their full potential. And whereas each business, school, government agency, healthcare provider, faith-based organization, nonprofit, and we've got over 7,000 of those here in Palm Beach County, and citizens has a responsibility to promote mental health. And whereas the Palm Beach County Board of County Commissioners recognizes Get Your Green On, this is the only green I own, by the way, celebrating 10 years as a county-wide campaign that encourages mental health care and trauma-informed approaches through the system of care. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in regular session this 6th day of May 2025, that Mental Health Awareness and Trauma-Informed Care Month is this month of May. Thank you very much. Who wants to say a couple words first?
Good morning, Palm Beach County Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, Administrators, and community partners. This moment in history is personally dedicated to the surviving families of fallen officers. I speak the name of Fallen Officer Patrick Madison, Detective Sergeant Coral Springs, Department End of Watch 8/2021. On behalf of Healthier Delray Beach, fellow co-chairs Lauren Zuckman and Catherine Murphy, and the entire representation of the Get Your Green On movement, I am honored to receive this proclamation declaring May as Mental Health Awareness and Trauma-Informed Care Month in Palm Beach County. This moment matters deeply because Get Your Green On began right here in Delray Beach in Palm Beach County in 2016 with the bold vision of students from Atlantic High School who believed their mental health deserved visibility, respect, and action. Their voices sparked a countywide movement that has now grown into a decade of commitment, connection, and care, and we thank you for walking with us all these years, not just in word, but in policy, partnership, and presence. A special thank you to Palm Beach County Birth to 22, Youth Services Future Leaders, Be Well PBC, NAMI PBC, and NFBPA. A loud shout of gratitude to Palm Tran, whose support has turned our message into a moving mission. Their newly branded Get Your Green On bus isn't just carrying passengers, it's transporting hope. It's a visual reminder that mental wellness is a journey, that along the way we all need to what we call have resiliency rest stops. Places to pause, breathe, and receive the support and tools we need to keep going. And this proclamation tells our community, you are seen, you are supported, and you are not alone. And so I invite you, everyone listening, to go beyond this day. Take the Get Your Green On 365 pledge. Commit to wearing green, not just in May, but all year long through awareness, advocacy, and action, because healing is not a one-time event, it's a lifestyle. And together, we're building a community where mental health is honored every single day. So thank you, stay green, stay grounded, and let's keep riding forward together.
Wow, how exciting was that? Let me just tell you, mental health is something that we must take seriously and pay really close attention to. As many of you know, most of us are one episode away or one incident away from having a mental health crisis. Now, I'd like to call up Mr. Jonathan Brown, the Director of Housing and Economic Development, and any members here who deal directly with the fostering of growth and economic development here in this county. This is a proclamation declaring May 5th through the 9th, 2025 as Economic Development Week. Whereas economic development professionals are essential for enhancing economic well-being and quality of life in communities and in Palm Beach County. This involves coordinating initiatives that create, retain, and expand job opportunities to foster growth and the tax base. And the county has developed a comprehensive economic development blueprint to attract businesses in competitive industries and cultivate a skilled workforce. 94% of businesses in Palm Beach County have fewer than 25 employees, and these small businesses are vital to our economy. The county's business and economic development programs offer accessible financing options for new and existing businesses, providing long-term, fixed or variable rate financing at lower interest rates than conventional loans, as well as subordinate financing to bridge gaps between private lenders and equity investments. Whereas, over the past 10 years, the Department of Housing and Economic Development has implemented initiatives leading to the creation of approximately 5,000 jobs and a capital investment of $516 million through its loan and incentive programs. And Palm Beach County is proud to welcome the Culinary Studios in Lake Park, an innovative 27,000 square foot project with an $11.2 million total investment. It features a coffee grinding and storefront for Oceana Coffee, access to canning machinery through Florida Canning, and a culinary studio offering at least 14 vendor spaces and a rooftop deck for events. The project represents the first commercial operation of its kind in this county and provides startup food vendors with affordable rental options and professional-grade equipment for food preparation. It is expected to generate approximately 60 new jobs. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, assembled in the regular session on this 6th day of May, 2025, that May 5th through the 9th, 2025 in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed Economic Development Week. Be it further proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, Florida, that this proclamation is duly sealed and ribboned and executed by the members of this board. The foregoing proclamation was sponsored by Commissioner Bobby Powell, and upon unanimous consent of the board, the mayor declared the proclamation duly enacted. Mr. Brown?
Thank you, Commissioner Powell. For many of you all who don't know, when I first started here in Palm Beach County back in '07, I started as the Economic Development Loan Manager, working closely with Administrator Baker. So Administrator Baker, if you can join us for this proclamation for Economic Development Week. We are thankful to the Mayor, the Commissioners, for all that you do with regards to economic development. We understand the importance of balancing economic development and affordable workforce housing in the county. And under the leadership of Ms. Baker, we have made sure that we have committed efforts to doing that and making sure that we're not just creating housing, but also job opportunities. We have a number of partners, whether they're lending partners, businesses that have benefited from the 108 program, and we're so excited and we're so thankful for the board allowing us to do that. I wanted to have our Business and Economic Development Division Director, Mary Waymer, just share a few words regarding one of the projects or some of our projects.
Hello, Commissioners. Good morning. I would like to say thank you on behalf of our department for supporting our programs, because they not only help our businesses and our local economy, but it helps create jobs as well. On April 25th, on Friday, we did a tour at the Culinary Kitchens, which is in Lake Park, and I'd like to say thank you to Commissioner Wise and Commissioner Powell for joining us on this tour, so you saw it themselves, the product of our work. Also, I would like to say this could not happen if it wasn't for our partnership with Lake Park CRA, financial institution, SBA, and our programs. I was told I have only 60 seconds. We have a little video for you. It's only 15 seconds, so you saved me 15 seconds from talking. So you guys can see yourself the little quick tour that we did on Culinary Institute. Thank you so much for your support, and on behalf of our Palm Beach County resident as I am, I want to say thank you for everything you do for us.
It's gone. Coffee, baked goods, dried fruit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Last but certainly not least, Administrator Baker.
You don't get to sit today.
For those of you that may not know, this is Administrator Baker's last meeting where we're doing proclamations. So we are proclaiming her today. And her family is here. You all want to come on up also? Come on, Jazz. Joe, come on up. And no crying, because we'll save that for later in the month. Okay. Well, I know you're crying for joy. I know you're looking for that vacation you haven't had in a long, long time. On behalf of the Board of the County Commissioners, we are declaring May 18th, 2025 as Virginia C. Baker Day. Whereas Virginia C. Baker was appointed in November of 2015 as Palm Beach County Administrator, making history as the first woman and the first woman of color to serve as County Administrator. She oversees 7,100 positions and a $9 billion budget. And whereas she began her career with Palm Beach County in 1987 as a budget analyst, she then became the Impact Fee Coordinator, then the Director of Financial Management and Budget, and in 1999, County Administrator Bob Weissman promoted Virginia to Assistant Administrator, and in 2000, I just aged all of us, Deputy County Administrator. Whereas she is an active champion in housing for all residents, a 2025 Orange Bowl Committee member, and a United Way of Palm Beach County Hunger Hero Award winner. In 2024, she joined the Community Foundation of Palm Beach and Martin County's inaugural supporting board organization for the African American Museum and Research Library. And whereas while Verdina's acknowledgments span decades, her recognitions also include serving as the former president of the Florida Association of County Managers, a collective body of all 67 counties in Florida. Virginia was one of 15 awarded women who moved the nation by COMTO, the Conference of Minority Transportation Officials in Washington, D.C., and was selected by South Florida Business and Wealth as an honoree at its 2022 Excellence in Leadership Apogee Awards. Whereas she holds a Master's of Science degree in Public Administration and a Bachelor of Science degree in Rehabilitative Services, both from Florida State. Any cheers for Florida State? Okay. Whereas her friends, her church family, sorority sisters, family members, including Joe, daughters Shani and Jasmine, along with granddaughter Laura Nicole, offer their congratulations on a successful career and look forward to spending more time with her in her retirement. I know, June 1st you're going somewhere, right? Whereas she has contributed to developing a strong team of county workers who are dedicated to making Palm Beach County the best place to live, work, and play, Verdinia's dedication to uniting Team PBC has created an outstanding workforce as demonstrated by the numerous awards and accolades that the departments have received. And whereas the county has flourished with Verdinia's leadership and commitment to strengthening services and programs for residents and visitors, and whereas Virginia C. Baker is retiring from her career with Palm Beach County on May 31st, 2025, after more than 40 years as a well-respected public servant, her dedication to current county operations and ability to foresee future needs will have a lasting impact on generations to come. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Palm Beach County, assembled in regular session on this 6th day of May, 2025, that Sunday, May 18th, 2025, in Palm Beach County is hereby proclaimed Virginia C. Baker Day. You know what, just come down here, it's easier. We don't have to move chairs, we got plenty of room. And you want to say something? Joe, you want to say something, Joe?
No. Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the board. This proclamation means a lot. Thank you. After 38 years of dedicated public service to Palm Beach County, words cannot express my sincere gratitude, not only to this board, but boards of the past, along with all of Team PBC. I have an outstanding, awesome, dedicated, committed staff of people that are going to continue to move us forward in the future. They're ever learning. They want to be on top of their careers as well as the institutions that they are charged with providing services to our community. And I know that they will continue to serve us well. So again, thank the board for this proclamation. And most of all, I'd like to thank my family because they've been there. Not only my family, but my friends that are watching and my friend Carolyn who's standing here taping me. So again, I'd like to thank you all. Thank you.
Now we'll go up there.
Okay.
You know what? It's Palm Beach County, we got the logo, we got the flags. And just in case you're wondering why we chose Sunday, May 18th, there will be a free and open to the public retirement celebration from 2 to 5 p.m. at Canyon Amphitheater in Boynton Beach. Food and beverage trucks are available. This graphic is supposed to be on the screen, but it's not, so it was? Okay, good. So we'll see you all May 18th when we'll really celebrate. Okay, then. Yes, it is May. Lots of proclamations in May. So now that we've done that, now I got to go back to find someplace on our... There we go, page 71. No.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to receive and file proof of publication.
We have a card.
Okay, we're at, now, well, we have a card to receive, I mean, we don't have a card on receive and file. We have a card on administration 5A1. We're just, okay, we have a motion to receive and file proof of publication. Second from Commissioner Flores, or Vice Mayor Baxter. All in favor, all opposed, see that the motion to receive and file carries. Now we're on to item 5A1. Do we need a presentation on quorum? No? Okay. We have a card. Want to go ahead and call the card?
Alexandria Larson.
Ms. Larson, are you joining us?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
If I can sit through 17 presentations, please give me 2 seconds. This is 5A1?
Yes, it is.
How do you fix it? There you go. It's like a, there you go. Back in 2000.
Avenir is 6, by the way, not 5.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but, you
Right.
know.
This is on the quorum issue?
Yes, that's what I'm, sorry about that. I'm just trying to keep track. There were like 7,000 things on that paper last night. You have no idea reading the agenda. With the quorums, I hope to God people will start showing up and not wanting to Zoom or, because we need people showing up at the meetings. We really do. And we especially need the people who are in the boards to be at the meetings. You know what I'm saying? They say we got 1.5 million people in this county. I think everybody could show up to one meeting a year and pack this little place or wherever they need to talk about, because we need that more than ever. I mean, people send me jokes. You know, I would send them to you, commissioners. I do send them to some of your employees. And you would laugh because some people try to find humor in what's going on in the United States today, and we're trying to hang on for dear life. Back in the early 80s, my husband bought a cat that hung on a branch, hang in there, baby. And that's all of us trying to hang in there. So I hope that they'll follow your rules and that they will come to the meetings and do their jobs and do them well, because that's what we need right now. So thank you, Commissioner. Sorry about being distracted over there with Joe, but it's the first time I met Joe. Thanks.
That's all right. So we have a first and a second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? See that motion carries 7-0. We are on item 6A1. Just for everyone to know, this is in regards to a shade meeting that will happen at 1 o'clock, which is when the board will go into shade meeting. We will also, I know we haven't taken our vote yet, but I just wanted to let everybody know we're going to read this item at the moment, but this item will actually be taken up at 1 o'clock. So,
Madam Mayor.
Do you want me to read this now?
If the mayor wouldn't mind, I can go ahead and do the item and ask the board to vote on the motion to commence at 1 o'clock, and then you would read the item at 1 o'clock that you have, if that's okay.
That'd be fine.
All right, staff is asking for a motion, actually, the county attorney is asking for a motion to commence a private attorney-client session in the case of Avenir Development LLC versus Palm Beach County, 50-2021 CA 010303 4X MBAE during the Board of County Commissioners meeting today, May 6, 2025 at 1 p.m. in the McKeedy Conference Room at 301 North Olive Avenue, 12th floor, West Palm Beach, Florida. And so at this time, I will ask the board to authorize the attorney-client session to commence at 1 o'clock because I need advice and consultation on this case.
So moved.
Second.
I got that, the first and the second? Okay. This I'll read at 1 o'clock. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, hold on, we have a card. Ms. Larson?
Yes. All right, well, I'll get back to what I was doing, and I'll give you some advice, maybe some help today. Maybe Ms. Kaufman will feel a little bit better. Back in 2000, Jeb Bush did a study on development. And you know, it was in a big iron pot, like a cauldron, like witches have. And he put the lid on that so quick because development doesn't pay for itself. It just doesn't. The roads, everything, and we're paying for it. We are subsidizing every builder in the county. GL stood up here in one of the big meetings and said, development doesn't cost anything. Well, it does, everywhere we go. So I'm hoping when you go upstairs that you get some ironed chest plates on or whatever it is that you need to stand up to these developers. Because guess what? Taxpayers don't want to pay for it anymore. I can guarantee you, because my phone rings from 6 in the morning till midnight. It's sick. They found my phone number, obviously, in your backup or at the minutes department, because I know the double ring number is the county, always. So hopefully you'll go up there and tell them, yeah, you need to pay. Everybody needs to pay. Or dictate to your senators, reps, whoever you might be. Because the taxpayers in this county, in this state, I can unequivocally say that they don't want to pay another dime for somebody else anymore. They can't pay for themselves. And the tears and the heartache that I hear, I'm going to send it all to you. I'm going to start getting your cell phone numbers one by one, and I'm going to send them to you because I think you deserve to hear what I hear because I'm not a commissioner. You are, and you're the ones who can really help everybody. So thank you.
Thank you. So we had a motion and a second. All in favor of this at 1 o'clock? Aye. All opposed? See, the motion carries 7-0. Thank you. All right, we are now on item 6A2, and staff is recommending a motion to approve the contract for the auditor.
I think it's a discussion.
Amendment number 1, a motion to approve amendment number 1. But we will have discussion.
I'll second that.
Yeah,
Well, we
there is
don't
going to
know-
be discussion. We need discussion right now about certain things about the contract and the salary. And Commissioner Flores, you're the first light on.
Yeah, I think we have to discuss the salary.
Correct.
Okay. That's what I was going to say.
Presentation? Anybody like to present something?
Good morning, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to come and speak about my renewal of the employment agreement with Palm Beach County. First, I want to say it's been a pleasure to serve as Palm Beach County's internal audit since my contract was initially approved 2 years ago now. Can't believe it's been 2 years, but we've made a lot of meaningful progress, and I'm proud of the work that we've done and look forward to continuing the great work and building on that foundation that we've started. I want to thank the board, our audit committee, and county leadership for all of their guidance and support as I went through my first term as county internal auditor. I remain committed to our shared goals of transparency, accountability, and continuous improvement. So I respectfully request that we would approve my contract and extend my time as county internal auditor.
Thank you. Commissioner Sacks.
My microphone out and tell you what I really think. I have really enjoyed working with you. Could you give my colleagues a little bit, an example of some of the things that you've done since you have acted as our auditor for the last couple of years?
Sure, thank you. Yeah, I had some time to think about these first 2 years, and if I could just give some notes of what I'm most proud of. First of all, I think I've proven performance. We have an oversight committee, an internal audit committee, that serves on behalf of the board and its oversight and governance responsibilities. They have done a performance evaluation and deemed that my performance exceeds expectations, and I'm very proud of that. The review was not just a technical review. Do I just follow auditing standards? But it further talked about leadership, oversight, collaboration, communication. So a lot of areas that they really put me to the test and said, how are you doing for your first 2 years? And I'm proud to get that rating from them. I felt like I have a very strong leadership that I've demonstrated. I led a group of professional auditors through a lot of complex and comprehensive audits, and we have advanced a culture that says we're here for improvement, we're going to do this with integrity, and so I want to say thanks to my staff as well. Professional judgment. I have to annually look at the risks that Palm Beach County is facing. What are those significant risks? Where do we focus our time that we can help address those risks? So we have a structured risk assessment model that we've implemented every year, and we've successfully done that the past 2 years as well. We maintain a transparent and balanced audit process. We include not just areas of improvement, but what are we doing right also? So our audit reports include exit conferences, so we make sure that we have an accurate and fair presentation. I say we because it's not just me. I can't do this alone. This is me leading my office. I want to say one of the biggest things that I can say that I contributed to the county is I've been serving Palm Beach County for 12 years now in various roles, from audit staff to audit management and now as the internal auditor. And this continuity gives me insight into the county, a deep knowledge of how the operation of Palm Beach County works and where the risks are and how we can address those. A great network with county leadership and department heads as we go through our audit work. And I think that's important to sustain good internal controls and oversight. So I'm truly invested in the success of this county, and I want to remain the county internal auditor. I feel like my performance has been strongly demonstrated the past 2 years.
Thank you. Commissioner Weiss, your light is on, and then Commissioner Flores.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Zamora. I have to say I echo Commissioner Sacks' comments as well. I think, reading your quarterly reports that you provide to the board and the depth that you go into in looking at to ensure that policies are being followed, that directions are being followed. It's comforting. It should bring comfort to the public to know that there is oversight that is keeping track of what's happening, and in that you really do delve into, if you find an issue, you delve deeply into it to try and understand where it's coming from and come up with solutions, and working with the departments to ensure that everything is in compliance. Because as you know, I mean, or maybe, I think for the public, to understand that we get a lot of grants, we get a lot of support from, both the federal and state government, and we have compliance requirements for those, and that's one of the things you all focus on, is to ensure that we are in compliance in protecting those funds and utilizing the proper way. One of the questions I had asked you when we had our opportunity for a personal meeting, and we did talk a little bit about the salary, and it was, my contention that I thought it was important. I know you had said you were happy, but to me, that's not I thought we need to understand what this position in other parts of this state, in relatively speaking, are we making sure that we're compensating you properly, and that because there's potential that if we don't stay and keep your salary competitive, that people could get a misunderstanding of what this position is actually valued in the marketplace. And so I think that's very important. I don't know if you're able to gather any of that information and be able to share that with us today.
Yes, thank you. We did, on the advice from our meeting, actually ask Human Resource to conduct a salary survey of the county internal auditors and chief auditors in the area. And I did forward these results of that survey that shows not just county internal auditors, but other municipalities. And I mostly focus on what other county internal auditors are in the market, and specifically even further like-sized counties. We're a pretty large county, so I wanted to compare apples to apples and say, what is the market out there? So yes, each commissioner should have the results of that survey conducted by Human Resources.
Thank you.
Commissioner Flores.
You would think that after 6 months, I know how to figure this out. So I'm looking at the study here, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But Mr. Zamora, I've had the pleasure of working with you now for almost 6 months. I can say that you're pretty good about communicating with us. It's not too much. It's only when you have to get some information over to us, and I do read the reports that you put forward. So I like the thoroughness. I also like that you are willing to work with the departments that you audit to make sure that we fix any deficiencies that we find. And I appreciate that, because the whole point of this is to make sure that we are working efficiently and that we're accountable and that we're doing the right thing for our residents, and transparency is very important in government. So I have 2 comments which I submitted in my county evaluation, and I want to read them into the record. The first one is regarding job performance. So as we progress, I would like to request the implementation of job performance reviews for all employees within your department. Ensuring transparency and accountability across all departments is essential to our continued success. Very similar to how we are doing a job performance review at some point here in the near future. I would like that to be carried out across all departments.
Yes.
That's my personal opinion. And then the other comment is I also would encourage you to have greater in-office presence to enhance collaboration, communication, and team engagement. I know that your team has adopted at home, working from home. I'm not saying that you should get away from that. I'm just saying that I encourage more in-office presence. So my experience has been really good working with you. So thank you for your leadership. I am looking at first of all, we're asking to renew a 3-year contract. So I am in favor of renewing the 3-year contract. And I think for salary purposes, I think the proposed was $255 annually. I am okay with that number. I feel good about that. I'll let my fellow commissioners also opine on this. And then I think Any reviews annually should be considered annually when we do the increase should be done annually when we do the review, as long as you meet expectation. I see David Audie's face.
Morning, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and members of the board. So I included the appraisal in his new proposed contract, but I did not put it as a factor because the board decided when they voted to include the appraisals in the upcoming contract, not to include a provision for a salary increase.
Yep.
Besides that, the contract has a provision that says the auditor's salary will increase as all other county employees.
Yep.
So
Okay.
just to clarify.
So it wouldn't be job performance based?
Nope.
Unless the board decided to include that element, but as the contract is worded now, it does not.
I would be in favor of job performance based. That's just my opinion. Thank you.
Attorney Audie, clarification, please. When you said the salary is as all other employees, if we decide on a number today, and I know that there's normally a bump for employees in October, are we now saying whatever he's getting today, then he gets a 6% bump in October? Or the salary we set today would be on the anniversary of that is when we would look at it again?
No, it would increase on October 1st when all other employees get whatever percentage the board decides for the across-the-board increase.
So that's, with the 255, that's a 14% increase.
It's compounded, so it would be whatever
Well, it's an
this
8%
increases plus.
right now, and then another 6% in October would be a 14% increase. Sure.
So I am not in favor of going 255 plus a 6% increase. So I just want to clarify that. So it's, I think a 5% increase is like 248. If you look at the math, so 6% must be like right in line with 255, almost.
It's 8%.
8% would be the 255. The 250 would be the 6%, roughly. Give or take a few dollars here or there. Okay. Vice Mayor Baxter.
Good afternoon, almost. You had provided a survey of surrounding counties and what they make. What did you find would be a comparable salary?
Thank you for the question. The survey was conducted by Human Resources, so we were able to get those respondents that returned our question. Oftentimes you don't get a lot of response, but based on what we have, the way I did the math of like county internal auditors with their like size, initially it was at 255, and then I had various discussions with commissioners saying, even 250 is acceptable for me. I'm happy with that, but I was hoping to stay within market, as Commissioner Weiss was explaining the importance of that as well.
Your current salary, according to the agenda here, is roughly 237.
Correct.
And so you're asking for a minimum of 250, and then potentially a annual percentage increase.
Yeah,
Right.
so the 250 was close to the average as I did my math. And then the language that's in the contract says that if the rest of the county employees get a raise, then I would also, which also means if the budget doesn't allow, then I don't as well, so.
We gave employees 6% this past previous fiscal year. And so if we were to keep you on par with the rest of county employees, if you going from 237 to 250, that would be at 6% roughly.
5.5% would put him at 250.
So I don't think that's an unreasonable request, but I don't also want to guarantee 6% going forward. We don't know that we'll be able to. We don't know the economy. We don't know where. I mean, we keep hearing we're going to have to tighten up. So I want some input from you on this.
Yeah, and so that, and I'm happy with the current language that's in the proposed contract that allows for exactly what you said.
I mean, would you be happy if we just decided to give you a 5% and then allow 5% for the next 3 years?
I'm sorry, I guess I didn't follow that.
Instead of going a full-on 12, 13%, say from your current salary, if we were to increase you 5% and then allow for 5% for the next consecutive 3 years of the contract, would that be amenable?
Yes, that's actually exactly how that scenario I had as well. So yes, that's.
I mean, I see that as a fair compromise, and I think we've heard a few different ideas, so I'll wait to hear from my fellow commissioners on what they have to say.
Thank you. Commissioner Weiss and then Commissioner Powell.
Yep. Just to, so first off, I also approve, I would just want to be clear, I approve of, moving forward with your contract. I'm okay with what Commissioner Baxter is recommending. I would also, and I share the concern of potentially an 8 and a 6 within the same year. So let me ask you this: last year and the previous years, your contract, I don't have that contract in front of me. Were you receiving the regular increases that every other employee received?
Yes, the language was the same as it is now.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
So based on that, I would be okay with what Commissioner Baxter is recommending, or I would also be okay at 250 with the annual increase of whatever the rest of the staff were to receive, if that's amenable to you.
Commissioner Powell and then Commissioner Woodward.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Let me be clear. Mr. Adi, you indicated that today we're only looking at the proof of the contract. Is that inclusive of an increase in salary today, or is that something the board would do separately?
No, the auditor requested an increase, so we left that open for the board to decide what that salary would be, whether it would be the same or whether it would be an increase of a percentage he requested, or whatever the board would decide.
Thank you. Just for clarification, and Mrs. Zamora, I think you do a wonderful job, but I do also recognize that there are several other employees under Palm Beach County that are also underpaid tremendously. And to be fair, if we're going to increase you to what the market rate is, then it would be necessary for us to go through other departments and increase them to the market rate as well, in all fairness. I believe that if you were to get the 6% increase, of which right now your salary is $237,852, correct? I'm sorry, $237,082.56. If you are to receive the 6% increase in October, that would bring your salary to $251,307.51. We haven't set the 6%? Okay.
That was last year.
If it is at that 6%, it would put you over the 250. I don't know how comfortable I am agreeing to a salary increase for you specifically if we're not looking at all of the employees, especially the employees in some of the more technical jobs like engineering, people in the building department. So I'll work amongst the board, but I'm concerned.
If I could just offer a comment, I appreciate your comment, thank you for that, with respect to the differences between me and the other county employees. Palm Beach County only has 3 contractual staff. That's me, the county attorney, and the county administrator. So we're the only 3 that have contracts with the Board of County Commissioners. So by design, we are in a separate situation than the rest of the county employees.
Thank you, Mr. Zamora. I understand.
And Commissioner Powell, just to let you know, and Administrator Baker, you want to give a little synopsis on the Evergreen study? The Evergreen study?
We've completed the Evergreen study. It was a study that that actually looked at all certain employees, not the unions, and did not look necessarily at your contracted employees. So we did bring salaries up to standards. You allowed me to phase it in over the 3-year period. I will be leaving, but it will be time to update that Evergreen study in the next 2 to 3 years in order for us to continue to be on comparable levels with other counties. We periodically look at other counties to gauge whether, we can justify giving increases in certain areas. Commissioner Powell is correct. Some of my technical staff were below, and it does impact us hiring people. So we periodically do those studies through HR, calling comparable counties in order to look at what are we paying, what are they paying planners, what are they paying engineers, as well as attorneys, so that we can recruit and maintain good staff. But we're not in a position to compete, unfortunately, with the private sector. And what we end up being, because at some point we are going to have to compete with the private sector on certain positions, because we're the training ground. And then once we train our planners, our engineers, lawyers, they take them. And that's just the cycle. But we do look at other comparable counties to see what they're paying.
Thank you. Does that help, Commissioner Powell?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It does help. What I would also suggest, as you indicated, that the board is responsible for determining if we were to raise Mr. Zamora's salary. If we are to raise his salary today or together to that 6%, as you've indicated, you're contracted differently. You're directly contracted with the BCC as opposed to the rest of the employees. However, it's been indicated amongst this board that you would receive a raise at the same time as the rest of staff. It would be my thought process that if we were to approve a raise for you today, it would be contingent upon if we don't raise the staff of everyone else, or if we do, if you would receive a raise now, when we raise the staff of everyone else, then you would agree to take this raise as opposed to stacking it on top of the other one, compounding that particular raise. I don't know, it's my suggestion, it's my thought process, just thinking fairly, how are we most effective when we do this? Thank you.
And I think that might be something that would be a negotiation in the contract as to what the anniversary date is of when the raise takes place. You're welcome. Commissioner Woodward, then Commissioner Sacks.
Thank you, Mayor. And I guess my question would actually be for Vice Mayor Baxter. When you had mentioned I think you said 5% per year, and then Mr. Zamora agreed. Was that like an anniversary 5% that you were?
Yes, I was thinking, we don't know going forward, right, whether we're going to do 3, 4, 5, 6% for county-wide employees. So I was suggesting that we set a standard rate for Mr. Zamora, but starting at his current salary, not starting from $250.
Right. Okay. I would just say, in an effort for simplicity, I like that idea the most. It keeps this straight. And as you mentioned, I was going to say, we only have 3 contract employees that we directly deal with. So if you're open for that, I would support that, having the anniversary raise. And so it's a 3-year contract, so we would know moving forward for budgeting purposes as well, what if it's 5%, if that's agreeable to everyone, I would support that. I think it keeps this nice and clean. And if you're open to that, I would support that suggestion.
Thank you. Commissioner Sacks.
I agree with Commissioner Powell when it comes to doing this in a vacuum. And you understand, Mr. Zamora, 3 and now 2 contract employees. We have so many 6,000 employees that were not able to establish their rate, you're certainly a very excellent employee. And I agree with the reasoning of Commissioner Baxter, so I would certainly support that. But the process is difficult for us because we're looking at 2 out of 6,000. I mean, I wish we could raise everybody's salary. Everybody, certainly everybody in the county staff really merits an increase. So we're in a vacuum. But I agree with Commissioner Baxter's process in stepping up this salary increase this time. Thank you, sir.
If I can make a comment, please, thank you.
Sure.
I first want to also thank Mr. Audi for helping me draft this contract, as he does with the other positions. I think what we were trying to do is stay consistent with the language of the other staff, contractual staff, when we drafted this, if that's correct. One of our intents were to stay consistent. So if we're changing that, is that a change just for my position, or is that consistent with the others as well?
Well, we're not negotiating the other contracts
Correct.
at this time.
Okay. So I guess my point was,
we're not going to open up the other contracts right now. We have a future contract that will happen in the next month and a half or so. And
that's fair.
Ms. Kaufman, when is your contract up?
It's October of '26.
And how does excuse me for asking this question, how does the raise work in your contract?
They were all written the same by prior boards, and the prior boards was that we got a annual raise consistent with what all the other employees got.
But
So when
nothing
the other
else?
employees get a annual raise, we get that annual raise. It is totally up to the board how you would like to do this. If the board would like to do a 5% each year at the anniversary date, that's perfectly fine. We just need whatever direction that the board would like to take.
And it's up to the board to, when your contract is expired, to negotiate whatever.
Absolutely.
And for the new county administrator. So whether we do something different today for you, something different for the attorney, basically what the attorney contract says is they get 1 raise. The way it's been presented today, it's 2 raises, and I'm not up for 2 raises. So it's either we do it on the anniversary or we do the raise with the staff. That would be my inclination. And Commissioner Flores.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with your comments. And I think when we look at these 3 contracted individuals, their salaries are significantly higher than those of a regular employee. So going with a 5% increase year over year is still a significant increase on an annual basis, where employees, regular employees, line workers, their salaries are a little bit smaller. So, and we're trying to get them to catch up to market rate. So I am in favor of moving this forward, a 5% increase year over year.
On the anniversary date?
On the
or
anniversary
on the
date as well.
anniversary date. Vice Mayor Baxter?
Agreement, I do agree with Commissioner Flores and Sachs and Weiss and Commissioner Powell. So, Mr. Zamora, do you have a preference whether it's effective your anniversary date, or would you like it to stay consistent with the rest of county employees?
Thank you. My intention was not to change anything up. What I was intending to do was stay within the language that was drafted, but be conscious of what the market was out there and adjust it this because this is a contractual term that is at one time. So I was trying to make that one time reflect market and then stay with the language. So I wasn't trying to change the anniversary date or change to a different scenario. That was not my intent. So.
And I definitely respect that, and I appreciate the hard work you put in and the efforts, your job. You've done an amazing job. You have really dug into things. You've put things on our radar. It's been the past, since we've been working together almost a year now. It's been amazing, which is why I don't mind the 5%, but just doing the math, right? 5% just at 200,000 a year, we're talking about 10,000. We're saying over the course of the next 3 years of your contract, you're getting over $30,000. So I don't see where I can say that it is fitting or proper to adjust you higher to then get another raise year after year. I think you do an amazing job. I think we have a large amount of employees, a large amount of departments, department heads. You definitely deserve to get paid well for what you do, and I believe that reflects in what you're making and will make at the 5%. My question is to your anniversary. Would you have a preference to the anniversary date, or would you have a preference to just sticking at the same time as the rest of the countywide employees get theirs?
I think it would make sense to me to stick with what we've been doing in the same time as every other county employee does.
What do you mean the
I think
same?
that's fair.
Please clarify what we've been doing.
The annual, if each county employee gets a 6%, then the contract language that my first contract and the other contractual staff had, I would also get that. So I'm saying I don't have a problem sticking with what we were doing in the past in the initial contract.
And I respect that, Mr. Zamora, but I don't think you're listening. I mean, the board has spoken, we've agreed to a 5%, and you're insisting upon matching it. If we go with, we don't know what we're going with. We don't know if we're going with 6 or 3 or 4 this year, next year, the year after, which 5% seem to be a little on the higher side of splitting the difference. So that's what I'm asking about dates now, not percentage.
I don't know that in my mind it would make a big difference either way. That I would leave that to the board to decide. In my mind, I'm not sure. I have a preference either way.
County Administrator, does it make it easier for payroll or anyone else or any departments, whether he gets his raise at an anniversary date or with the rest of employees?
No, it's whatever the board would like done. He would be one single person that we would put into our payroll system, that he would get a raise, whatever 5% or whatever the board decides on a specific date. It's the rest of the employees will get theirs effective October 1. So if the board decided to do it on an anniversary date of whatever you set, that's what it would be, or he would receive it on October 1 with everybody else, whatever that raise would be.
Commissioner Powell, before I guess, suggest a motion, I would like to hear what you have to say.
Thank you.
Right, go right ahead.
Thank you, and thank you, Madam Mayor. Mrs. Zamora has indicated that he would be amenable to his salary adjusting at the same time as the rest of the employees in the county, and I think that's commendable. The reason I say that is we're living in Palm Beach County, and at $237,000 now, Mr. Zamora is, unless he's got very poor money management practices, is probably not living paycheck to paycheck, probably not living hand to mouth, right? And when we talk about our other employees and some of them making significantly less, I would also venture that we live in Palm Beach County where we're indicating, and we're going to deal with housing in just a few minutes, that in order for people to be able to afford to live here, they have to be making at least $120,000 per household. I think that we've got his contract in front of us. It looks like it's for 3 years. The number is not written in. We would determine what that number is. But I think that if he's suggesting that he would be amenable to having his salary raised at the same time as everyone else, that's something that we really should probably consider. We are in Palm Beach County, which is one of the wealthiest counties in the nation, but also one of the poorest counties in the nation. And I'm dealing with these people every day. All of us are. People are calling us crying because they cannot afford a place to live. And I think we'd be short-sighted to say we're going to raise his salary, even if he's not asking for it, 5% every year, while we're looking at the rest of the employees here in Palm Beach County and saying, well, you all don't work directly for us, so you'll get your raise when you get it. If there's a motion made to adjust your salary 5% every year, I appreciate how you work and what you do, but I would not be in favor of it, not because of you, but because of the 7,000 other employees in Palm Beach County who are not making a significant salary, who some of them are living paycheck to paycheck, and that troubles me. So it doesn't sit well with me, but if the board makes that motion, I don't mind standing alone.
Vice Mayor Baxter.
Thank you, Mayor. I love Commissioner Powell. He has a way of putting things so intricately. I've had the pleasure of working with you a little bit longer than Commissioner Powell, and I've seen how hard you work, so I don't mind sticking with the previous, the 5%. But I do take him to effect, since you're not asking for this to take, any raise to take effect on your anniversary date, I think, with the rest of the employees throughout the county would then be where I land, which would be October 1 of every year.
Yes, Commissioner. Vice Mayor, sorry.
No. And so I guess the motion I would suggest would be that we leave Mr. Zamora's salary currently where it is and let him get the 5% effective with the rest of employees, regardless of what we decide on that, at a 5% as of October 1, and then for the next 3 years. Is that possible if it's only a 3-year contract?
So it would be,
Would we be extending the contract then to make his anniversary date October 1?
just that he wouldn't get the last raise because if his contract weren't renewed, because he would, it ends on July 29th.
So it'd be this one and then 2 more?
Yes.
Okay, well, then that would be,
No, it begins this year and has 3 other years. It expires
June 30th.
in 2029, I think. Yes, June 29, 2028, so it's 3 years from now. So it's 3 additional years from.
What I'm saying is if we don't give him the raise today or as of his anniversary date,
Right.
but we want to make it effective October 1 for the,
So he'll get a raise 2025, 2026, and 2027. 2028, his contract would have expired before October 1st.
okay, so that would then be my motion. Do I need to clarify? Okay, so to clarify that, we're going to, Mr. Zamora, we will leave your salary where it is, but knowing that on October 1, you will get a 5% raise. And then for the subsequent years, you will also get a 5% raise. And that should bring you well above what you were asking to be comparable with other counties. And I think fitting of someone who serves us, the Board of County Commissioners, and a population of over 1.5 million people. So that would be my motion.
Mr. Zamora?
Did you want to say anything?
No, thank you. I am willing to hear all the discussion, and I'm not trying to make this a harder issue than it is. So I'm happy to be the county internal auditor, and I will continue to do a good job.
Thank you. I had a first from Vice Mayor, a second from Commissioner Flores. I see no other lights on. Vice Mayor Baxter, I'm turning your light off. You have an understanding of what the motion is? Okay, perfect. All in favor? All opposed? See, the motion carries 6-1. Thank you very much. We are now on to airports. Ms. Beebe, are you still here? I know we try to get you out here early, but does anyone need a presentation for 6B1?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve items 6B1, A, and B.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Weiss, a second from the Vice Mayor. All in favor, all opposed. See that that motion carries 7-0. Thank you very much for staying, Laura. We appreciate it. Okay, we are on item 6C1. We do have some cards. And
Do we want to take a lunch before we?
1 o'clock, we have lunch in the meeting.
Oh, that's right, never mind.
lunch in the shade meeting.
That's okay, no worries.
All righty. 6C1A, B, and C. Does anyone need a presentation? No?
No?
Would someone like to make a motion?
I'll move that we approve 6C1, A, B, and C.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second, but before we
that,
take the vote, we have cards. And we have comments.
Oh, I did have a comment. This is City of Boca. They have been chomping at the bits for this. Mayor Singer did put in a card, but had to leave due to time. And I just want... No, it's fine. It's fine. The Mayor Singer and the council was very appreciative of this and wanted to thank you for all of your hard work. And I know we've had some back and forth. They wanted this quicker, but it is what it is. The city is very excited about this, and hopefully a number of our other municipalities want to participate in this as well. The city is actually funding us to hire some additional staff to help them with the hot team requirements for homeless in the city. So with that, marking that his card was here in support, he did have to leave. We also have two cards, Constance Holmes and Lisa Cantrell. So.
Good afternoon. My name is Constance Holmes. I'm here to say thank you very much for this agreement. And Mayor Marino, I'm in Jupiter, so let's get in front of that town council and get them going with an agreement. And Mrs. Baker, I just have to say thank you. I don't know if you remember, but years ago you found time to see me on an issue that I don't even remember. But your kindness and generosity to take time for a Palm Beach County resident is much appreciated. God bless you.
Thank you. Okay, I don't see Miss Cantrell in the room, so we're gonna let.
Thank you. I
Commissioner
would
Woodward.
be happy to make the motion to approve 6C1, A, B, and C with the interlocal agreement with the City of Boca.
And the second will come from Vice Mayor Baxter. All in favor? All opposed? See that motion carries 7-0. We are now on to 6D1. This is staff recommends a motion to approve an
Yamato
updated
Scrub.
management plan on Yamato Scrub Natural Area. Does anyone need a presentation?
Just for the public benefit, could we get a very, very short Reader's Digest presentation? Thank you.
Is there still a Reader's Digest?
Only if I can set a timer.
3 minutes.
I'll even give you 5.
Good afternoon. My name is Deb Drum. I'm the Department Director for Environmental Resources Management. And with me today, I've got Mike Stahl, the Deputy Director, and Allison Spall, who will give the 1-minute version without just the title slide. Just tell them what this is.
Good afternoon. This is the second 10-year update to the original management plan that was approved in 2001. The 217-acre Yamato Scrub Natural Area, as shown in red in the center of the picture, is located in the southeastern portion of Palm Beach County within the city of Boca Raton. The site is in District 4. The county leases 206.74 acres from the state of Florida and jointly owns the remaining 10 acres of the site with the city of Boca Raton. The site was acquired in 2 purchases in 1994 and 1997. Since the last updated plan, the disturbed vegetation communities have transitioned into the appropriate intact communities or decreased in overall acreage. All restoration projects have been completed and 3 benches were added to the site. The natural area offers a paved nature trail, hiking trails, access to the city's El Rio Trail, and benches. A 10-car, 2-bus parking lot is located on the north side of Clintmore Road. The public use facility is open to the public in 2007, and we get approximately 28,000 visitors to the site annually on average. Going forward, no additional public uses or public use facilities are proposed. No additional restoration projects are planned, And to be continued are invasive non-native plant removal, non-native nuisance animal control programs, public outreach, listed plant and animal species monitoring, fuel reduction, and prescribed fire programs.
Commissioner Sachs, you put your light on. Can you wait till the end of the presentation? You want to ask now?
That ends the presentation.
It's the end of the presentation.
We're happy to answer any questions that you have.
Thank you. Commissioner Sachs.
We need more of these. This is beautiful. I know this area very well. I wish it was more in any of our districts, but this is really a stellar way to show how we can preserve natural areas. And before they're all cemented over, it'd be nice if we could do this in other areas. You're doing a great job, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
And I just want to say that, I'm sorry to say, but the north end of the county does have the majority of these, because we did take some of that bond money and buy over, what was it,
23,000 in your
acres
district,
the
and
north end of the county. And I do invite everyone to come and see them. And our parks got a lot of use during COVID, when we were able to redirect people on how to walk, so that there was no, and I think people have rediscovered our parks. So thank you for all the work that you do.
thank you.
Commissioner Woodward and Commissioner Powell.
I was just going to say, thank you for this, and I know that you do have a lot of the scrub. We have a little bit, but it's precious because we have so little of it, and you can be in the middle of a very urban area and kind of experience original Florida. So thank you for protecting this, and I would like to make the motion. We do have one card, but I would make the motion to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
We got lots of seconds. Commissioner Sachs, were you done? Because you put your lights back on.
Yeah, I just want to say, come on over to my area. Let's find some areas we can, I'm serious, Ms. Strum, if you could. Anybody, we'll talk. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Powell.
I just echo the sentiments of all of my colleagues. Of course, I've had the opportunity to go to Winding Waters, and Natural Areas Fest was a big deal this year. So thank you all for the work that you're doing, and I think it's very important that people at home who have not had the opportunity to visit our natural areas, take a look at this beautiful outdoor area we've had the opportunity to enjoy. And we'll be putting in our upcoming newsletter. So thank you all for what you do, and I'm definitely in support.
Thank you so much.
And we have some cards.
Alexandria Larson.
Nice job.
This is something good. This is something good.
It is, but we need to do more, because I don't see the county. I've been at the South Florida Water Management District recently, and I haven't seen anybody from the county there. I just wondered if there's a representative who goes, because they do speak about the controlled burns, the invasives, and how things are parlayed into buildable land because the invasives have taken over. And they recently talked about our aquifers. Like, there's one on the West Coast called Mid-Hawthorne. We're sucking out so much water, they're gonna collapse. This is what I'm hearing, because you have to sit in the meeting to hear what is said. You'll miss it if you try to Zoom it or look at it or watch a recording. So I am grateful for every piece of land that's saved in the state of Florida, but it isn't enough. It's not enough. We are overbuilding and overdrawing on the water. That's an absolute. That's what's being presented. So I'm just hoping when they said that they wanted us to use reuse water today, they want you to drink toilet water instead.
No.
So I don't think that's an alternative for any of us, and I certainly hope it isn't the alternative for our grandchildren. So thank you for saving the land in North County. You did. For years, they bought a lot of land up there, and the Palmar is part of it. It's beautiful. And in the South County, we don't have a whole lot. But you do have the Everglades as a buffer, so hopefully that'll stop some of the overbuilding. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Weiss.
Thank you. I just wanted to make you aware, Ms. Larson, that we actually do send an attorney to South Florida Water Management District, who then keeps an eye on and provides a notes and her report to us. So,
Thank you. Now, I believe we have a first and a second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? See that motion carries 7-0. We're now on to 6E. 6E1A and B. And we're done. And this is in reference to FinFrock and their economic impact. And actually, if you could give us a brief presentation, that'd be great. Bring us up to speed with what FinFrock is doing and what they've promised and what they've been able to deliver.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. Jonathan Brown, Housing Economic Development. Today, we're bringing before you a request to approve a preliminary reading and advertise for public hearing the ordinance related to this particular project in the city of Belglade, FinFrock. On March 9, 2021, the board approved an economic incentive agreement for this particular project where the board provided $1.9 million in cash for up to 10 years for jobs to be created, as well as a $400,000 tax exemption over a 10-year period. The monies were used to construct a 140,000 square foot manufacturing facility. The agreement requires capital investment, the creation of 200 jobs, of which the business is on track with creating those jobs at the stated salaries. The ad valorem exemption cannot exceed the $400,000, so if they receive that $400,000 in 2 years or 3 years, then it's done and it's paid out. And today, again, we're seeking your approval for the first reading and to advertise for public hearing.
Vice Mayor Baxter, this is your district.
Yes. Hi.
Hi,
Thank
good
you
morning,
for
Vice
this.
Mayor.
So I love this project, so I want to thank you for bringing it to our attention, and thank you for the brief
Yes, ma'am.
explanation and presentation.
I'm sorry, Commissioners, I read so much last night, but I think in the backup on this one, it was called Project Jacobson before we were given the name FinFrock, whatever. And hopefully it's a great thing, but I have always been a proponent of jobs in the state of Florida. But you know what's really funny to me? Joes, no offense to Joe Virginia, but the Joes that I see out on the streets, they'll witch about the money we have to spend to do things. One of the things they don't like is, it doesn't have anything to do with this, is food stamps. They witch that people get food stamps and they shouldn't get food stamps. I want to, smack them. But here we are. This is economic development, but it's corporate development. It's corporate welfare in my book. Because we didn't start this, we didn't do this years ago. We gave them tax exemption. We didn't pay for the jobs. This has been 30 years of this, where we give incentives to give jobs. And if we're giving them 1.9 million, we're paying for some jobs. We are doing this, and I don't understand it because I don't know how this works anymore. We've got to get more creative with our economic development. That's what I think. It's just an opinion, Commissioners, but when I see them witching about the small stuff, people, and then this is big stuff to me. So that's just my thoughts and prayers for everybody, because if they don't want to give the little stuff, they certainly don't want to give the big stuff. They did call about this and say, why are we doing this? So I apologize in advance, but let's get really creative with economic development, please. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm actually going to pipe in here for a second. Myself and then Commissioner McKinley were the only two people who went to the groundbreaking for FinFrock in our masks. It was that long ago. And the purpose of FinFrock and the support of FinFrock was the fact that they were bringing not high-paying jobs, but jobs for the locals, which was why we supported FinFrock in the way we did. So I am happy to support Vice Mayor Baxter in her motion on this. I believe we've gotten a second already. Yes, we have. So, Vice Mayor, any other comments?
I didn't make the motion yet. I waited for the card, but I will make the motion to approve 6E1.
So I have a motion, and everyone seconds it. All in favor? All opposed? See that motion carries 7-0. Yeah, in our masks with Mayor Wilson. All right, we are now on item 6E2. This is a motion to approve a home investment partnership program. Would anyone like a presentation? I got lots of lights on. Oh. The attorney, Attorney Kaufman.
I'm so sorry. On 6E1, I just wanted to clarify that the vice mayor's motion included A and B.
Yes, Attorney
Thank you.
Kaufman. Please include A and B.
Thank you. Okay. Commissioner Sachs, your light is on.
6E2, Madam Mayor?
Yes, we are.
Okay, good. I have a question when we're ready. When you're
Okay.
ready.
Would anyone like a presentation? No? Okay. Commissioner Sachs, you have a question? All right.
Thank you. Who do I direct the question to?
You can direct them to any of us, Commissioner.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. My question is, how much is each unit costing to build?
We're calculating that right now.
I asked this question during review. The reason I asked the question, colleagues, is that we already contracted for the building of these homes, and now they are asking for an increase of funding. And I just need to know how much are we spending on each unit, and if it's a good investment or not.
Okay. So, Commissioner, for the county assistance unit, you're talking about 91, county assistance per unit, $91,581.
So the total project cost, as listed here, is $21,455,000. So I guess I come right down to, is this a good investment of our money? So that I know that each unit, and it's a wonderful idea, but we need housing. And is this the best investment? How much is each unit costing?
Yeah, we believe it's a good investment. It is a.
No, Mr. Brown, how much is each unit costing?
Each unit is costing approximately $500,000, and it's targeting the 22% AMI, which are those at risk of homelessness.
So $500,000 per unit.
Approximately.
Okay. I don't think it is a good investment. I can probably, I'm not a developer, but I've been doing a little research in this area of housing. I think that we can do better than that amount of money for housing, sir. So unless you have something else to add, I would not want to approve this because I think it's wasteful and it's not a good investment, unless you have something else to add.
Well, I'll say, Commissioner, again, it is a project that's targeting an AMI that most of our developments aren't targeting, and so it's going to cost to create housing for those that are at risk of homelessness. And then this project also faced additional costs from the city of West Palm, and so the city of West Palm is contributing, and also additional costs for FPL to do undergrounding for the project. So
It's
additional
not
costs.
easy to build, is it?
It's not, especially in low-income
Not-
neighborhoods.
Not inexpensive, but I think that this is not the best use of money to build housing. Look, we need housing. Huh? I've got 4,000 kids out there sleeping in grandma's couch, or maybe somebody else's couch, or in a truck, and we got a lot of homeless. So if we can, this is a good project idea, but it's not a good investment.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Administrator Baker?
I just want to just to clarify, that $500,000 per unit is not borne solely by the county. We're looking at our investment being $91,581 per unit that we're covering. So we're not. I mean, some of these are federal dollars. We all pay taxes, so yes, they are individually our dollars. But the county, based upon the overall cost and investing the $91,000, we have discussed this issue, and it is a decent cost for us because of the category we're trying to impact, and that is to make sure that the rents that these individuals will be charged is within a reasonable framework. Our regular developers do not build in this category. These are areas in which we need significant number of units being built. We're just scratching the surface on this. And so we're going to have to invest. Hopefully our federal and our state partners will come to the table and will be able to assist us. If we don't start targeting these areas, we're going to lose significant workers in our county. And we've got to address that issue. Because our average person does not make $100,000 a year for their household. So we've got to address it. I hear everybody loud and clear. We're always open to looking at what we can bring to our community, but we also know sometimes things are sold at a much lower cost, and by the time we finish that project, we've invested significant dollars. Units that people are telling us cost $60,000, they do not cost $60,000 because we've got to add additional costs to it, and that's to run infrastructure to it. I don't believe our county wants units put on the ground with temporary bladders and septic tank systems that they're going to have to draw out of that unit. It'll cost us more to continue to service those units. So I wish that we could pay less. We're always looking to pay less, but in this particular instance with the AMI that we're targeting 70% and below, yes, it costs. And yes, I am passionate about trying to continue to work because we are hundreds of thousand units short in this area. And it is going to take investment, not only from the county, but I believe our business community is going to have to step up to help us as well. So yes, this is expensive, but the target that we're trying to reach, we're going to have to invest those dollars.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Madam Mayor, if I could also add, one of the things that is unique with this project is the capital stack. If you look at the chart that's in the agenda item, this has contributions at many different levels, and we don't always get the ability to do that. And so multiple layers of government, foundations, and the equity of the developer are all included in this. So it is a very unique capital stack that is presented for this development.
Thank you. Commissioner Powell, this is your district and your light is on. Would you?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I want to, first of all, thank County Administrator Baker for just her commitment and passion to this particular area. Coleman Park is not that far away from where we are right now. And if you are willing to, when we drive out of the parking lot, to go around the block and just check out what Coleman Park looks like, when we're targeting people that are making 70% or less of the area median income, when I just had the conversation with regard to people living paycheck to paycheck, the challenge is building units that are not rental. But we've got a cap in here that will allow these units to be affordable for 50 years. This is not something that will be borne on us only. The city of West Palm Beach is invested, and there's other entities. If you just look at all the different funding sources that are set aside for this particular project. The best investment that we could ever make in Palm Beach County or anywhere is the investment in people. And we have to start investing in the people who are not high income, the people who are trying to make it, who are living paycheck to paycheck, the people who are calling our offices crying. And I mean crying for real tears, because they cannot make their rent. And we cannot sit up here and do nothing. We cannot sit here and say, well, you know, it's expensive. It's going to be expensive. But this is an area right here around the corner that is running the risk of being gentrified. If we don't do something, the people who grew up here in Palm Beach County already cannot stay here in Palm Beach County. And I grew up here in Palm Beach County, and a lot of my peers had to move, have had to go to Alabama, have had to go to Georgia, or going Houston, or we came from Dallas. I've got friends who are moving to Dallas, who are moving to Texas, because they can't afford to live here. And although they have roots here, they cannot afford to stay. And we cannot afford to look at a development where we're not the only ones bearing the cost and not approve it because we think that we can get something for cheaper. This is a tough area to get people to build. It's a tough area, but it's, you know what? It's an emerging area. And we need to make sure it's emerging in a way that the people who live there, who are born and raised there, who have been there for years, can stay there. It encompasses a lot of the homes that are in the area. The single-family homes are owned by investors, and that's a challenge because everybody else is investing in the neighborhood while the people who are from the neighborhood are running the risk of being pushed out. With that being said, I am going to make a motion that I'm going to recommend that staff does approve this home investment partnership program, that we as a staff or as a board have that compassion and move this forward because it is the best type of investment we can make, which is an investment in people.
I'll second that.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. We have about 7 minutes before we recess for our shade meeting. I have 5 more commissioners that would like to comment, and we have a motion on the table, and we have how many cards? And we have 1 card. Why don't we go ahead and take the card?
Alexandria Larson.
Years ago, one of the commissioner from West Palm asked how many units of development were in this county that weren't on the books and had not been built. And when they came back with the answer, it was 44,000 that day. And it was like, damn, that's a lot of units. And here you got FPL saying, we want to put this stuff underground. Let's add some cost to this. Let's make it a bigger problem for things. And I don't think they should be, because I don't care how much you put underground, there's always a station that's above the ground that's going to get, the lights are going to go out. It isn't going to make a difference. And our soil is very corrosive. You got a lot of arguments here. You can tell them, take away that cost from this, that's bothering everybody, because there are costs to everything. I understand that, but we seem to be subsidizing the world. And that's why the people are calling you crying, because they know that we're subsidizing the world and we don't know how to do that anymore. We just don't. I can't come up with answers. I just can't. Because when FPL says we're going to do it underground, there's all these little costs. They just tick away at the armor. That's why I said you need some cast iron when you go upstairs. Just put a cast iron vest on, because this is where we are, commissioners, because people buy where they can afford. That's what they do. And lots of people have throughout history. When I was buying my first house, I had to go find a house that was affordable. The county did not help me buy my house. They did not subsidize me in any way, shape, or form. They didn't do it for any of my friends, because I always ask, did you ever get help from the county? Because a lot of people get help from the county here in this day and age. They didn't. We were kind of thrown out in the boat by ourselves. So it's grateful. I know that people are grateful that you're doing this, but I think that everybody can chip away at some of the costs, or come up with an idea of how to chip away at the cost that makes it more palatable for someone like Commissioner Sachs, where she doesn't think it's, she thinks it's a better investment. That's all. There's better ways to do things. We don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Thank you. We have 5 minutes. Commissioner Flores, then Vice Mayor Baxter.
Mr. Brown, so this project is currently around 50% complete?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what happens if they don't get the funding?
Terry Murray here from Neighborhood Renaissance, but again, they would have to identify the funding. The project can't be completed unless the funding is identified. And the county has already invested, the state dollars are already invested, the city dollars are already invested. It will have an impact on those who are intending to occupy these units.
And the home program, it's a federal grant program?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we have the funding available right now?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I know I've only sat up here for a very short time, but we've approved some projects that we have far exceeded the numbers that we're talking about here. I think county assistance is 3.9, which is about 91,000 per unit. This is only about 18% of the total project. And when you look at it, they're actually building resiliency. I know it's at an additional cost, but they're burying power lines and installing multiple transformers, which it actually builds resiliency to the system. So I'm in favor of this project. And when we look at the next project, I mean, if you want to compare apples to apples, that subsidy is even far greater. It almost doubles what we're looking at right here. So I'm in total favor of this project and getting it across the finish line.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Commissioner.
Vice Mayor.
Hi.
Vice Mayor.
My question actually is for Commissioner Sachs. Commissioner Sachs, you didn't seem to like this project. What was your biggest problem with it?
Look, we can do better. 43 units? Why not 80 units at less the investment? This developer, I don't know who he is or who she is, but they need more money for so many units. I respect Commissioner Bowe. I know that area very well. I've been there a lot. I hear the tears of folks calling me. I see them homeless. I hear them. I see them. I don't think we're doing a good enough job in making a wise investment on few units. 43 units. We should be building 80 units. Why aren't we watching what's going on there? Why did we not see that this developer didn't have enough money and now they need more money? Why did we not know that FP&L was going to charge us so much? I'm just saying this. We need to be better at what we do.
And Commissioner Sachs?
And so what I'm saying is, I'm not going to vote against this because it's not going to fix the problem. The problem, my colleagues, is that we're not doing a good job in these areas that need housing. 500, how much was it? $500,000 a unit? So I think that, I know we can do better. You need more units in that area. And maybe we need single-family homes in a community there and a recreation area in this area. I know this area very well.
And I agree, Commissioner Sachs. But
Absolutely.
Unlike her, I will vote against this because I am we've said it a lot, and you can only get ignored so many times. If we're investing this much money, people should be able to own it. I do not like rentals. I have not liked rentals. We have enough rentals at this point. And why weren't we planning ahead? Why are we just now saying, okay, FPL wants these more resilience? Why weren't we planning for resilience? What has changed since when this project started and now, resilience-wise? Why is this hitting us at the last minute?
A great question, Vice Mayor, and I'll have Terry Murray, she's here, she can speak more to it than I can. But we have been working with Neighborhood Renaissance on this. We had anticipated these costs a few months back, and we've been working with them to help identify additional funding. As Tammy had mentioned, we typically don't see projects coming in with 15 to 16 different layered funding sources, but that's how you make housing affordable here in Palm Beach County. And I think they've done a very good job in layering their sources and not depending solely on the county.
We're still talking $91,000 of county money.
I apologize, it's 1 o'clock.
So I will continue this afterwards.
We need to adjourn this meeting.
So
We recess this meeting?
You need to read the statement with your permission, Mayor. unfortunately, because it's attorney-client shade meeting, we do have some technicalities, so with the mayor's permission, I have asked her to read the technical language that needs to be read.
I now announce the commencement of an attorney-client session on Tuesday, May 6, 2025 at 1 p.m. in accordance with Florida Statute 286.011, in parentheses 8, regarding the lawsuit styled Avenir Development LLC v. Palm Beach County, case number 50-2021-CA-010303. The attendees are as follows: Mayor Maria G. Marino, Vice Mayor Sarah Baxter, Commissioners Maria Sachs, Commissioner Greg K. Weiss, Commissioner Marcy Woodward, Commissioner Bobby Powell Jr., Commissioner Joel G. Flores, Virginia Baker County Administrator, Denise Kaufman County Attorney, David Oddie, Chief Assistant County Attorney, and Assistant County Attorneys Maureen Martinez, Sean Fahey, and Ryan Maher. As required by law, an official court reporter will be in attendance and transcribe the attorney-client session verbatim. The estimated length of the attorney-client session is estimated to be approximately 1 hour. I now adjourn to the closed session. And we will reopen the public session after the shade meeting. Okay?
Welcome to Inside PBC, where we highlight what's going on inside Palm Beach County. Join the library system for a month full of adventures. From take and make a treasure box to hula dancing, no matter your ability, there's something for everyone. The registration deadline for the Back to School PBC